What's going on, guys? Nick here from Real Red Stock, here to give you lot my score prediction for tonight's game against Sevilla away. Going to be tough. You know, we've got a few injuries, a few suspensions, but we've got enough quality to get through this. So I think we win it 2-1, goals from Martial and Casemiro to see us through to the semi-final of the Europa League. Don't forget to subscribe to Stretford Paddock and smash a like on the video.
A 3-1 United win tonight. Rashford, Sabitzer and Anthony with the goals.
Hey Paddock, my name is Dennis, and for the Manchester United against Sevilla, I'm predicting Manchester United 3, Sevilla 0. Yeah, Manchester United 3, Sevilla 0. Anthony Martial, Anthony and Jadon Sancho.
How you doing? I'm Wanda Juma here for the Man United Agenda. I just want to give a quick prediction for the game tonight. It's the quarter-final versus Sevilla. 2-2 from the first leg. Don't know much about Sevilla, but from what I saw in the first leg, I think we can beat them. They're not as strong as they used to be. 6 times Europa League champions, which is a great record in the short time the competition's been going. But this ain't the same team. I wasn't impressed with what they had on offer. They sort of sat back and we were able to dominate. We should have scored more goals, most certainly. And I think with the quality that we do have, despite Bruno not being there and the 2 centre-backs not being present, I still think we've got enough to sort of hit them and do some damage. We've done well against Spanish teams this year, and I don't see anything different with Sevilla. I'm really confident. I think we can win this, maybe 1-0 away from home. We just absorb a lot of pressure. They've been bigging up their fans in the stadium and saying we've never felt anything like this, but Casemiro and De Gea clearly have. And maybe Palestri as well, he played in the league as well. So I'm really looking forward to the game. Get behind the lads, and I'm going to say it's going to be a 1-0 away win, and we're through to the semis.
My prediction for tonight's game, I'm going to have to be confident. We need to be. We're going to win this. It's going to have to be 3-1 tonight. Come on, you Reds. Come on.
What's happening, Paddock? Just have to get this one in quickly. It's a rush. So I've just literally finished work. Gone for 2-0 tonight. I think Rashford comes off the bench and scores. I think Martial gets one as well. I don't see him posing much threat. So I think we'll just coast through this. I don't think it'll be anything like the first leg. Up the Reds.
Hey guys, Craig here. Big up the Paddock. I don't know if it was Joe's request, something to do with the Moors. But anyway, I reckon United we're gonna win 2-1 against Sevilla. I don't think we're gonna keep a clean sheet. I don't know why, but I'm quite hopeful that we're gonna win. 2 goals for us. I've got a feeling Fred's gonna score. I don't know why. But you had it here first.
Paddock match day. Notch here, and with last week's first leg result and all that went wrong in it, at least it was refreshing to see some sensible, rational reaction afterwards in the media. I mean, the arrogance of Eric Ten Hag to make substitutions. I mean, what first-team gaffer does that? Make substitutions during a match? No wonder Seville got back into it. It was the most disgraceful in-game management in the history of European. Well, given how we are all worried about injuries curtailing the end of our season, it was great to see that performance at the weekend against... The difference the Casemiro-Eriksen partnership makes is colossal. And we're going to need this tonight, hopefully with Sabitzer back, because with other crucial players missing, it's going to be a slog. Could even go to penalties, which we'll win, with the winning kick coming from... No, Casemiro! Positivity, attack more than defend, and we can triumph in the final of the first ever Anglo-Spanish tournament... Europa! Boom, boom, boom. Just a notchster.
Hello and welcome to Stretford Paddock. This is the Europa League quarter-final, second leg in Sevilla, Manchester United with a 2-2 aggregate niche. I'm joined by Jay Marty. How are you?
I'm very good, yeah, good.
Big game today, all the build-up.
Yeah, I'm feeling oddly relaxed.
Why?
I don't know. Andy Tate's in the building. We'll be hearing from him later. Don't you worry about that.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Jay.
Yes, we'll be hearing from him before kick-off. I just feel like, I don't know. Do you know what it is, right? It's because I still have that sort of feeling of, even though our record in Sevilla is terrible, it's like it's only the quarterfinals of the Europa League. So I'm not like, oh my God, it's like, it's the final or it's the Champions League. I'm a bit like, it's only quarterfinals of the Europa League, which is still a big game, but it's not quite got that tension that I'd associate with sort of a final or a bigger competition, dare I say. And also, even though it is Sevilla and they have got this great record and it is on a bit of a knife edge, I'd still feel like we can do him.
I've never felt as though we've had less in common, Jay.
I know. I know it doesn't make any sense.
I'm shitting it.
I know. And I should be, but I'm not.
But not just does this game matter, because I really want to win the Europa League, but think of this as a springboard for the Brighton game as well. The last thing you want before that is to go into that game having just lost to Sevilla, going out of the Europa League.
I do hear you, because I think it was in 2013 where we got knocked out of the Champions League by Madrid, and then we drew with Chelsea at Old Trafford in the FA Cup and then lost the return. So basically within 2 weeks we got knocked out. Went from being on for a treble to only being in the league, but fortunately we won the league, so it was a good season. But I get it. It'd be a horrible week if we were to lose this and then go in a Brighton game and potentially lose that as well. Yeah. Especially when you've got City on the horizon sniffing round for a treble and you could stop him. So I do get you.
Let's just go through the team then, because this is the first of me seeing this. I didn't see it before I went live or anything. So we've got David De Gea in goal, a back four of Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire and Dalot. That's the same back four that started against Forest, I believe. I think it is. Then we've got a midfield three of Eriksen, Casemiro and Sabitzer. Sabitzer coming in from injury, which is obviously a good sign. No Bruno, of course, who's suspended tonight. Then we've got a front three of Sancho, Martial and Antony. Again, that front three starting the third game in a row. Certainly the third, maybe the fourth, but definitely getting a little run of games together now, those three. What do you make of that team? Some of the forced changes, some of the selection options. Rashford back on the bench, which is obviously a huge one. Not quite ready to start, but it looked to me like he had a groin strain, but he's only missed 2 games, so it can't have been much of a groin strain, or, it can't have been severe, because it's been like 10 days.
I hope not. I hope we're not rushing him back, because the game's coming thick and fast. And when Marcus Rashford will always play if he always wants to play. Yeah. And in the past, that's probably hurt him, because he's played with like broken vertebrae or whatever, and hobbling around the pitch and all that sort of stuff, and the shoulder injury he had that time against City. Yeah. So you do want him to be a little bit cautious, but if he says he's fit and the club think he's fit, then you've got to take it on face value. In terms of that team, I think it's a strong team. I said this ahead of the Forest game, and jinxed us all, but I'm looking forward to see Casemiro and Sabitzer together, because I don't think they've started yet, have they? Have they started any games
together? If they have started, it's
I can't recall.
Once.
I mean, they might have started once
They've played
or twice,
a few minutes together,
yeah,
but I think it
doesn't feel like they have.
Yeah.
And I rate Sabitzer, mate. And I think Sabitzer, Eriksen and Casemiro, whilst I love Bruno and we're going to miss him, it's still a class midfield, that. Yeah. It really is. And I think that when you look at the front three, strong, defensively as well, there's a few question marks, one there, about Maguire after the first 10-15 minutes against Forest, but I thought he did well overall. He did enough. Yeah. I know he was getting pelters, but I thought that was a bit OTT. I thought Lindelof did well, actually. He went under the radar. Yeah. Dalot obviously had a good game at Forest, got his goal, and Wan-Bissaka's a safe pair of hands, isn't he? So, I don't know, maybe it's me just being deluded, but I feel oddly confident. And yet, it doesn't make any sense, because that's kind of the team I expected. And yet, in my preview, I was sort of thinking we might end up, at one point I was sort of thinking we might end up getting knocked out here. But yeah, I fancy us for it.
Well, let's go through the Sevilla team as well. And I've got some super chats that we'll get to in a minute. Get your chats in, I will come to them. We've got Bonu in goal, Acuna, Marçal, Bade, and Jesus Navas starting this time. Obviously, came off the bench for the day.
Can do one, can't he?
Yeah, a midfield sort of pair, or is it? They've got us at 4-2-3-1 on the official Europa League sheets that they print off. So I'm going to go with the 4-2-3-1. Fernando and Gudej in the middle. Then they've got Lamela, Rakitic, Ocampos, and El Nesri. Start again. Someone who came off the bench. I almost would say scored the second goal, but he didn't. He's the one who headed it 20 yards wide into Maguire's face.
I've still not seen that goal,
Have you not seen it?
I was at Old Trafford when I've not watched either of them back. I just can't.
Do you want to see it?
I can't bring myself to watch it.
Can I show it you?
Go on, if you want to show it, mate, I may as well, you know what I mean? But I just thought, I'm not going to go and watch that again.
No.
So when I got home, I didn't bother watching it.
It's a genuine... So why didn't you see it, sorry?
Well, I was at Old Trafford, but I was at the other end of the ground from where their goals went in. So I saw the comedy of errors that was the first goal for Sevilla. I could kind of see what was going on, but for the second one, I literally just saw the ball going into the box or whatever, and then the net rippling and them celebrating. I didn't actually see what had gone on.
Right.
So, and when I got on my phone, I'm not watching that again. I'm done with it. So go on. This makes great TV, we know, but I'm just watching this goal for the first time since it happened.
Ball on the right hand side.
Yeah.
Crossed in.
Yeah.
Heads it straight into Maguire's face.
Oh, he's unlucky there, I think.
I know. Oh, massively. It's like, just annoying, isn't it? It's a shame that it's him as well.
Yeah.
Because of all the people who doesn't need a sort of semi-humorous, buffoonish-looking own goal to happen.
My instinct there is he's unlucky.
Yeah, I think I didn't see anyone with anything other than that.
Oh, right, okay.
Even people who like to criticise Maguire. It wasn't his man. He didn't get out-jumped. It was, if anything, it was Casemiro who wasn't on his man. And it's just hit him in the face, isn't it?
That is farcical, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Talk about everything going wrong in that 10 minutes. You lose Martinez, Malacia just forgets how to defend, and then they get an own goal from that, and then they get another own goal in the 9 minutes.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Absolutely ridiculous. But I still think, you know what, other than the Martinez injury, all that'll be forgotten about if we do him tonight.
Yeah. We've got a few super chats. SG has been a member for 27 months. We need to get a new badge because it only goes up to 24 plus at the minute. We need to get a 30. We need to get
like
a 35.
You know, what is it on the season tickets? It's red, silver, gold and platinum, I think.
Well, this one's gold and red for 24 plus, but we need another one. We'll sort that. Write that down, Ethan, please. He says, "Damn, I've got to sub to Notch." Obviously, Notch providing some of the most entertaining pre-game
predictions.
build-up.
Thanks to everyone, by the way, who sent in a prediction. We appreciate them all. But Notch's production values on the predictions are ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's like a little, film.
Yeah, it's ridiculous
with special effects and everything.
So if you look at just someone in the comments mentioned how this is Sevilla's trophy, basically.
What's their record? They won it 4 times.
Well, I think they've won it 6 times. They've got
Jesus
6
Christ.
on their arm, or they did have the other day. So they won it in 2019-20, and then before that they won 3 in a row from 2014 to 2016, or 2013-14 to 2015-16. Then they also won it twice in a row in 05-06 and 06-07. So that's the 6, which is astonishing because not only, I know obviously this cup isn't that old, but when did it start? The European Fairs Cup or whatever it was called. What was it called when Ipswich won it, Callum?
Okay. It was the UEFA, when they won it was the UEFA Cup.
Oh, was it? But then before that it was the Fairs Cup, wasn't it?
Intercity Fairs Cup.
Intercity Fairs Cup, Andy Tate is assuring me. So it's gone back since the 70s, and they've won it 6 times in the last 16 years, which is very impressive, really, isn't it? If you think of it as a tournament that you're not always in. If you're really good, you don't even qualify for it. If you're really shit, you don't. You have to be in an odd middle ground to even be in it, and yet they always find themselves in it, and they always seem to find themselves winning it, which is, pretty amazing, really. Does that worry you tonight? How much of this kind of as we're doing with hoping that Real Madrid can beat City, even though I don't think they're as good, because they've got this Champions League aura. How much is that playing in your mind, this Sevilla Europa League aura?
A little bit. It's like the perfect storm, really, of that and the fact that their record against us is good. We've never beaten them.
No.
Which is rare for I know we've not played them a lot of times, but it's rare for it to come up against any club we've played multiple times we haven't beat them.
Yeah.
We've usually beat everyone at least once. So there is that, and like you say, this record of something just happens to them in the Europa League. And in some of those seasons, they haven't even done well in the La Liga. They're not doing well in the Liga now.
No.
But it's not beyond the realms of possibility, like you say, that they end up doing a madness in this competition. So, yeah, it is just their thing, innit? It's just a bit odd that
it's weird, that, innit?
They've somehow made it their thing. And this is a big trophy. I was buzzing in 2017 when we won it. Me and you were chatting upstairs before and talked about when Arsenal lost the final to Chelsea, when Sarri won it. And everyone made a big deal out of that. And rightly so, it's a good trophy to win. There's no point in dismissing it. So, fair play to them. I just hope that this is the game that doesn't sort of fit that mould. And you think with United as well, sooner or later, we've got to beat them.
Yeah.
You can't end up like just never beating Sevilla.
No.
That's just, that don't even make any sense.
No.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, even we had a bad record against Barcelona, we even managed to beat them this season. Surely we can beat Sevilla.
Interestingly as well, this competition has had, I think it's 8 winners in the last 11 years as well. or the last 12 years. So there is just a stranglehold of Spanish clubs generally on European competitions. But this is going to sound ridiculous. I think after the league and the Champions League, this is the hardest competition to win. I think the FA Cup has got more, obviously more history. I think it's got more clout still, just about. But I think, first of all, only 2 teams qualify for this immediately. Then then you get this weird round of dropouts from the Champions League coming in, who sometimes can be some of the best teams in the world. All it takes is one group to have Barcelona, Bayern Munich and Juventus in it, and you've got one of them in here. There's always an Atletico, a Barca, who would it be?
Juve
a
Juve
they're in it now,
aren't they? We can play them, can't we?
Yeah, and you're usually getting a Chelsea, an Arsenal, a Tottenham or a Man United in there as well. And then the amount of rounds there are, we've played an extra round as well, had to be the best team arguably in Europe, or certainly the best team in Spain so far this year in Barcelona. I think it's a really difficult competition to win. And yet I don't think it doesn't have the reputation and the sort of the pedigree that comes with how hard it is to win. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's a shame because by definition, everything about it is it's not as good as the Champions League.
It's a runner-up cup,
yeah,
isn't it?
You drop out of the Champions League to get in it. You don't get high enough in your league to get in the Champions League. You get in this instead. Yeah. It might be different if it was like back in the day, there was the Cup Winners' Cup, obviously, that United won in 1991, and the UEFA Cup, and they sort of both became the Europa League. It might be different if it was if you've won a trophy in your domestic season, then you get into this competition. Maybe it'd be viewed slightly different. But obviously, even then, though, if you've won the league and you've won the FA Cup, you're going to go in the Champions League. So I think it's always going to be probably a distant second to the Champions League because of the way it is and the format and everything else and the teams that are in it. But as you've mentioned there, you do get good teams in it. And also, as a fan, going to watch these games, you do give a toss. It meant something when we won it. I was buzzing. I wasn't you know what I mean? No, that doesn't matter now. Everyone was up for it. And I like the fact as well, you can get into the Champions League by winning it.
Yeah.
I think that adds a little bit of a... But again, that almost underlines the idea that it's inferior. But it is a good sort of bonus. If you finish, 10th in your league and you win the Europa, you're in the Champions League next season. So it is a big trophy. It's a European trophy. It's a major trophy. And listen, there's loads of clubs that would love to win this. Loads of big clubs that haven't won anything, haven't won a European trophy in years.
Or ever.
City have only got one.
Yeah.
In 70, I think it was last time they won it, but the only time they've won a European trophy. You look at Spurs, I know they're always usually in the Champions League.
Arsenal would love to win it. Yeah.
would have loved to have won it when they were in the final in 2019 or whatever it was. So, yeah, it's one of those where you look at it and go, that's something to be proud of. And also, the bonus for United this season is we've already got the Carabao Cup, so it could be a little bit of a Jose special. Going back to 2017 again, where we won 2 trophies, and then you go, that's something different. Who knows? Maybe even win the FA Cup as well.
That'd be good, wouldn't it?
That'd be mint. That.
Norv says Jay kind of looks like Kevin Bacon.
Nice. Can we just explain this?
That was a throwback to last night.
Can you say what happened afterwards? Right. Because I said David Raya. His nose reminded me a little bit of Kevin Bacon. We got a picture of Kevin Bacon, and his nose didn't look anything like it. No. But this was post-op. Now, as someone who has had rhinoplasty themselves, I'm not knocking him for doing that. But early days, Kevin Bacon had a similar nose to David Raya. That was my point.
I'm not going to let this slide, Jay.
Go on.
You're a disgrace.
Why?
It's just filth. Just filth, man. No. You remember Kevin Bacon when he first sort of came through.
Yeah, because there was a thing about Kevin Bacon that he had a nose that wasn't the usual Hollywood actor's nose, in the sense that he sort of stuck up a little bit like that. And David Raya's got a similar nose. And again, I'm not criticising anyone's looks. I'm just saying they look similar. So yeah, that was why it reminded me of that. But as facially, other than that, they look nothing like each other whatsoever. So everyone was telling me that I lost the plot and that I was back on the sniff and all this other stuff, which is nice. Thank you.
Mark Hatton says, big one this, lads. Head says it's going to be tough, but my heart says we will sneak in a nervy 1-0. I like how his head saying it's going to be tough, and his heart saying it's going to be a nervy 1-0 are being described as two different things. Because to
My
me,
head says it's going to be tough. My heart says it's going to be difficult.
yeah, exactly. However, my heart says it'll be a tricky one.
Yeah.
I think they both sound tough to me. A nervy 1-0 sounds very tough. Sheik Game says, so unusual not seeing Bruno in the starting 11. What do you think he's doing right now? I guess he won't have gone over there, will he? Do you think he's having a much deserved rest? Because I'll just get the minutes up in a second, but what do you think Bruno Fernandes is doing? 40 minutes till kick-off. Paint me a picture.
I think he's chilling with his family, watching the game on the telly and that, watching the build-up. You know what I mean? Maybe he's dropped a few texts early on this afternoon. Good luck, lads, and all that.
Yeah.
And if we win, we go through. Maybe they'll do a bit of FaceTiming and that, like Jesse did with Full-Time Devils that time. You remember after the semi-final? So yeah, the FA Cup semi-final. So yeah, I think he'll just be enjoying a well-deserved night off. I know we'd rather he was there, and no one wants to see him suspended, but Bruno Fernandes, he's played so many minutes this season. It is unreal.
Can I tell you how many games he's played this season?
Are you including the Portuguese World Cup games as well?
Yes, and UEFA Nations League games and European Championship qualifiers.
Go on.
He's played 61 games so far this season.
And we've still got at least another 9 to go. Is it 9?
I'm just doing some maths
after this, obviously.
So he's played 4,958 minutes in 61 games, which averages out at 81 minutes per game. So it's not like he's like dipping in and out. He's playing almost all of those games. And that is almost all of everyone's games for every club.
And like
he
you say,
for.
like
it's unbelievable.
It's like he almost couldn't have played anymore. But Portugal get to the quarterfinals of the World Cup.
Yeah.
So he's gone to the latter stages of that.
Yeah.
We had the extra game in the Europa League where we had to play Barcelona twice, which obviously he featured in. We got to the final of the Carabao Cup. We're in the semi-final of the FA Cup. Like, he couldn't have played many more. I think, unless Portugal got to the final of the World Cup, I think he's played the maximum amount of games possible almost.
Yeah.
I mean, and he's rarely rested. I think he might have been rested for one of Portugal's games of dead rubber, I think.
Yeah.
I might be wrong on that. And I think he's missed, one game for us or whatever, not including tonight, of course. But he plays, like you say, so many games, and he could hit 70s. So we've got 8 more games in the league.
Yeah.
1 more in the FA Cup, that's 9. Potentially, if you get through that one in the semi-final, then you can have the final. So you could have 10 more games. So we could end up with 71 appearances this season for club and country, which is...
Well, not to mention a potential double-legged semi-final in this.
Oh, so it's a double. Sorry, yeah, I forgot about it. Oh, yeah, I just wrote that off.
It could be another 3 games.
So it could be another 13 games.
Yeah.
So you could end up with like 74 games in a season.
Yeah.
That's got to be up there with...
That's what you should be playing in a full calendar year, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not like...
And also, as you pointed out, the minutes. Like, people can play lots and lots of games and have, a game where they're rotated. You come on for 5 minutes, or, do you know what I mean? You just come on to run down the clock in a certain game. He doesn't. He starts nearly every game. Yeah. And he, and also
barely ever comes on.
Way he plays as well. This might make a bit of sense if he was a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Because you could go, all right, goalkeepers can do that sort of thing. But he's a box-to-box midfielder.
Yeah. And here's something that, and I mentioned this the other day, but for anyone who didn't hear me say it, I think the most staggering thing of all this, you piece all this together, averaging 80 minutes per game, 61 games so far this season, played almost every minute of every game since he joined Man United. He also played pretty much every minute of every game for Sporting as well before that. In his career, how many games do you think he has missed through injury, like footballing injury, like a muscle or an injury?
I feel like we've had this discussion, so I'm going to say 2.
None.
The
only games he's ever missed, he missed 2 days because he was ill for United, and he missed 2 days due to flu at Sampdoria. He's never missed a game through a footballing injury in his life. That is astonishing, isn't it?
That is unreal.
He's missed 2 games total, and they were both illnesses rather than... he's never pulled a muscle. He had a leg injury at United between March 2019 and March 19th and March the 29th, 2019. But he missed 10 days and didn't miss a game, apparently. So
I've never known that.
No.
I've never known a player not miss any games. Like,
he's 28 as well. He's not like he's like
for
19.
a decade or whatever. Like, you had players, didn't you? I remember there was, when I was a kid, before I was a kid, I think Steve Coppell had a mad record of playing in every game for United for about 5 years or something stupid. I think there was a time when Frank Lampard had a similar record. I think it might have been for West Ham and Chelsea. But there's been runs where players have gone like on 2, 3, 4 years without missing any games. but they've not played the amount of games that this guy's playing, and also it's never been over like the course of 7 or 8 years or whatever this guy's been doing it for. It's just unreal. And I keep going back to the fact of how he plays as well. He runs non-stop. He throws himself into tackles and challenges. He gets, kicked about a bit as well at times. Like, he's someone who you wouldn't be surprised if he did pick up injuries. You know what I mean? Like, all the best midfielders I've ever seen, like Brian Robson, Roy Keane, they all had injuries. People say, I'm not saying he's as good as them, but when you're a sort of tough tackling box-to-box midfielder as well, you pick up knocks. And they used to do it, now and again. But he just never, ever gets them. And that's weird.
Yeah.
Because he's so involved in everything. He is. Do you know what I mean? He never shirks a challenge as well. If there's a 50-50, he throws himself into it. He does get kicked a lot.
And he's quite regularly United's most highest passer in the game.
Yeah.
He's often up there in terms of ball recoveries as well. So, like, not just tackles, but, interceptions, winning loose balls, going in for sort of 50-50s. Like, he's almost always towards the top of that list. It's amazing. I've genuinely never seen a player who is that involved in every game he plays in, playing as many games as he does, getting as injured as little as he does. I genuinely don't think I've ever seen that, which is obviously fantastic.
It amazes me that he gets some of the stick he gets.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's a minority. It is. And it's a small minority, if we're being honest. But I just don't get it. I've never ever got it. And it's like there's been people waiting to criticise him from day one. Yeah. When he came in and broke all them records with goals and assists, and when we went from 6 points off top 4 to finishing third, and all those semi-finals and everything, he was, our best player by a country mile. And you had all these people that suddenly, I'll tell you what, though, Bruno's overrated, or Bruno isn't that. And I was like, what are you on about? And there's always been this sort of small section of people that want to have a dig at him. Yeah. And I get, like, sometimes he can give the ball away when he's trying too much, or there's times when his form hasn't been as good as it is now. But by and large, he's just been a fantastic player for Manchester United. Yeah. And he's one of the few players that you think, he might not have started under Fergie in some of the Fergie teams, but he'd have definitely been in the squad. He'd have definitely been someone you could turn to.
Any of the squads.
He's that good. Yeah. That he would have been someone that if Fergie needed him, he'd have called on him. He wouldn't say, he's not good enough. Of course he is.
And he could have started in, most of those big
games. You look at some of the games, the players throughout the years who've featured for United and having all G-Sun Park's the obvious one, or Nicky Butt for a spell wasn't always first choice and was rotated, and Phil Neville used to play midfield, and Bruno Fernandes is, he's more naturally gifted attacking wise than a lot of those players I mentioned, and can throw his foot in as well as most of them, to be honest.
I think he's a bit more like almost like a hybrid between one of those players and then maybe like elements of Rooney as well, of that industrious, like, goal scoring as well. I know he hasn't scored recently, but that kind of, like, just always on, always motoring, always moving. How much do you think we'll miss him today?
Massively. Yeah. I think, and it annoys me because I've just seen the replay. I did actually see the replay, the handball. It's a ridiculous yellow card. He's so important to us, and one thing that Bruno will always do, and you mentioned there about how he's like a hybrid. There's elements to his game that could go under the radar. For starters, he always wants the ball. He's always showing for the ball. People used to point the finger, and they still do it, McTominay, for not showing for the ball. All the players like, you need to show for it, you need to be there. He's always there. It's like Lingard used to do it years ago. Do you remember Lingard was always showing? I know he wasn't always, the levels you want, but he had that trait. That was his party piece. He was always there. Bruno's got that. He's always showing for the ball. He's always trying to make things happen. He always does that difficult thing as well, where there's times when Casemiro does it most of the time when he's starting, but there's times when Bruno will drop deep, he'll pick up the ball from the defender and he'll make something happen with it. He'll take something where there's nothing on to make it, get us going. Yeah. And also, for me, one of the things I love about him, especially when I'm at the game, because you sort of notice him more when you're there and the crowd are sort of getting behind it, his engine and the fact that he never stops. So I remember the Liverpool game as a prime example. 93rd minute, he runs 70 yards to make a tackle. Yeah. And don't forget, we're only one goal up, and the crowd just off the seats and just going berserk. And you just think, that's one of those moments where you think, I love this guy. Yeah. I love him.
He's my favourite United player.
I know he is, and you've been very consistent with that, to be fair. And I think that, there's players like Pogba was always very talented and very skillful, but there were always sort of sides to his game that didn't work at United, and we struggled to find a position for him. With this guy, it's like he can play in any position.
Yeah.
It's like he can play as a DM.
Number 6 recently.
Yeah, he's played as a 6 and done really well.
Yeah.
He's played as an 8. He's played as a 10. He's played as a winger. I know it's an inverted winger, so it's not like, but he's done it.
Yeah.
And it annoyed me. It really annoyed me when Gary Neville accused him of wanting to come off against Liverpool. And I think he defended himself, saying he wasn't trying to come off. He was asking, like, where do I go now? Yeah. Because every time United make a change, Bruno gets moved around. Because he always gets moved around in the middle of the game. And I tell you now, you don't have to know Bruno Fernandes to know that he is the type of player that would never want to come off.
No.
He doesn't. He wants to play every minute of a game. Yeah. And if you don't believe that, go and check his record out. Yeah. He's played, 61 times this season?
I honestly don't think there's been a game since he joined United, and he's had some bad games for United, definitely. He's had plenty of bad games. He's played enough and he's had a few, but I don't think he's ever had a game where in the 90 minutes he's played, he hasn't done at least one thing that no one else on the pitch could do. Every single game, he'll do something where you go, Jesus, what was that? How's he done that? How's he seen that? First time over his shoulder. Balls, really straight balls that should be almost impossible to get the sort of the elevation on him and bring him back down in time. And he'll land one on someone's foot inside the 18-yard box. Like, even on a bad day, he'll do at least one thing where you go, fucking hell, that was good.
That's such a good
I don't
point.
think we've had anyone else like that in the last sort of decade, really.
Do you remember, like, I don't want to bring it up, but forgive me, I am making a point. When the Scousers beat us at Old Trafford, and Jordan Henderson did that thing with the outside of his foot to Salah, who scored. And I swear to God, right, you think Jordan Henderson had played the most difficult pass you've ever seen in your life. It was replayed everywhere. You had just moronic people coming out of the woodwork going, he's better than Scholes, look at that pass, look how mint it is. And it was a good pass, to be fair to the kid. I'm not saying it wasn't. But he was getting so lauded. And yet, Bruno does that all the time. He did it the other week against, I think, Southampton, where he wasn't even having a particular, and he'll just go, little thing, curling on the outside of the right foot into your stride, and it's like, the difference is that Henderson had Mo Salah on the end of it. Sometimes we've had strikers or attack. I think Anthony got on the end of it and didn't score, but he does that all the time.
Yeah. Well, I want to talk about that actually. I want to obviously talk about Bruno not playing tonight, unfortunately. People who are playing, Anthony's a big one I want to talk about, because I think that Forest game, and I think I'm not saying everyone thinks this, obviously, but I've spoken to a good amount of people who agree that was probably his best game for United. Do you think it was, and do you think we're starting to see more out of him, and do we need to see more out of him?
The Everton one was a weird one, wasn't it? Because I felt like online and at the game was different. At the game, people was kind of getting a little bit frustrated with him because he kept missing the chances. He wasn't getting stick, I think, but people were like, because we weren't taking those chances, and people were getting a bit antsy and like, And then online, I saw him get a lot of praise and stuff. And to be fair, even at the end of the game, people acknowledged how well he played in the ground. But there was that performance against Everton, I thought, was a step in the right direction. In the Premier League, where that's been the biggest question mark around him in the Premier League. He's done stuff. He's done more in the cup competitions, hasn't he? After that initial start in the Premier League. So he's in all competitions, he's gold. It's like when you go in the Premier League, he's not scored since October or assisted.
Ronaldo was still at the club when he scored.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great stat because it illustrates something, doesn't it? Yeah. And it's a lovely stick for rival fans to beat us with. And then the Everton game was a step forward. You thought, I don't mind if he's hitting the target and he's getting in behind. That's his job. And he was doing that. And on another day, he would have had an hat-trick. And it annoys me when, you keep missing the target because you think you've got to hit the target. And he did. You go to the Forest game. And I think that he's a bit unlucky in the sense that Bruno was so good. Because if Bruno hadn't dropped to 9 out of 10, Anthony with his 8 out of 10 would have got man of the match. Yeah. Because he was absolutely spot on. It's what you want. The thing with me with wingers, right? And I know they're inverted, so it's slightly different. I just want to see him running at the fullback, trying to make things happen. The one thing I hate more than anything with wingers is when they stop, when there's something on, and they'll just play it back to the fullback. Yeah. And I think, that's not you're in the team to get at players to make things happen. Do it. And he does that, hasn't he? And he's got so much confidence. And I think that's what I've seen from him. And the manager loves him. You can see they've got a great relationship. He obviously spent a lot of money to bring him in from his previous club. So I was buzzing to see him play well against Everton, and even more so against Forest, where he got his goal and his assist. Yeah. And there was people
proper game that one, proper performance.
And then people were sort of trying to have a dig at him, and I saw there was the tweet by the Chelsea fan doing the rounds of like, I think Mudryk had 2 assists or something, and he was like, Mudryk's got more assists than Sancho and Anthony and all put together. And then he just thought, well, that's backfired on it.
Oh, good, get some assists. Well,
I don't even know if he's got an assist. I can't remember. No, I think he did. I think he got an assist in the Brighton game, whatever.
And Christopher Dunn with a good point here. Sorry I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's all right.
In the comments, get your comments in. He said, we play much better with Anthony in the team. He's been a great signing. His defensive work is underrated. And I said this to you before, and I'll say it again. I think everyone's, and I have thought like this in the past as well, but I try and kind of separate it more as we go along, and the fees in football just become less and less, comparable to real world money. I think it shouldn't be the case that whether someone is a flop or whether a transfer is a success is a direct pounds to goal involvements ratio. Do you know what I mean? Because yes, he costs 80 million rising to 100 million, which is too much. It's more than he is probably worth as a player. But there are plenty of players who cost fuck all, who have been absolute flops and disasters. Just because Falcao was on a free doesn't mean that transfer wasn't a flop. Just because Alexis Sanchez was a free with a swap with Mkhitaryan, we didn't pay a transfer fee for him. But that transfer is arguably one of the most damaging in the history of Man United, because it put so many people who didn't deserve it on money they didn't deserve and completely reshaped the wage structure at Man United. Like, you can't tell me that Alexis Sanchez transfer wasn't a
I think it's the worst sign I've ever made.
I do. And it wasn't because we paid too much for him. It was because of everything else, and he was terrible on the pitch. Yeah. So the fact that Anthony is 80 million, that what he's saying that he could never be, he can only ever be worse than Alexis Sanchez. Well, no, because he's clearly better. It should be judged on how did you expect him to be, how did you think he would be, and has he made the team better? Is he doing the role of right winger at Manchester United better than the people we've had in the past and to the manager's standards? And I think maybe he's not quite there yet, but I think we're well on the way for him being a successful transfer. You should take the money out of it to a certain extent.
I think you make a great point, and it's like, you look at, can we hit like as well? Can we hit that like button? Let's get to 1,000 likes, please, people.
Yes.
Smash a like, as the kids say. There's two things we'll say. One, would you make that signing if you could go back in time?
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
And secondly, like, you're right about the whole fee thing, because he's new to English football. Now, you look at someone like Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish having a very good season this season. He's been one of City's best players. Last season, people were questioning him. Is he good enough? And I know they won the title, but I don't think he was integral to that.
No.
But they spent like 100 million on him, and I remember he was getting quite a lot of stick and saying, he's not done it. That was like his 9th season in English football.
Yeah.
This kid's been in English football for 7 months.
Yeah.
Right? You don't just turn up and just suddenly smash it week in, week out. It takes time to adapt, not just on the pitch, off the pitch as well. You live in a new country.
Not just as it is 7 months into playing in English football, it's only his 3rd year in European football.
Yeah.
He was playing at Sao Paulo until 2020.
So there you go, and he's relatively young as well. What is he, 21, 22?
Yeah, just turned 23.
Sorry,
2 weeks ago.
23, just turned 23. He's young, he's learning his craft still. He's at a new club, and he's doing very, very well. He's won a trophy already, and he's helped us win that trophy. He's helped us get through, a tricky tie against Barcelona in this competition. He's scored now 4 Premier League goals, which isn't amazing, but it's not awful either. He's and also, let's not forget, his best game in the Premier League, which is what you want, was his last game in the Premier League.
Yeah.
So, we're beginning to see, in fact, his best 2 games in the Premier League could argue have been his last 2 Premier League games. So you're looking at it, you're going, okay, the kid's moving in the right direction. He's doing what you want to do. And also, as well, you can't have it both ways. You either trust Ten Hag or you don't. Ten Hag loves this kid. Spent the most amount of money he's spent on any player on him ever. Yeah. Ten Hag's never spent that much money on the player in his managerial career. So the reason, and he had 2 years to look at him. He's not done it on a whim. Oh, don't know about him, but let's get him anyway. He knows about this player as much as anyone does, because he's managed him for 2 years. So Ten Hag trusts him. He plays him every week when he's fit, more or less. Spent a lot of money on him. You can see the rapport they have is very good. Like, they're always chatting to each other and stuff on the touchline, and after the game they always seem to be hugging and stuff. So I just think that he's one of, like managers have, he's one of your guys.
Yeah.
Like Rashford was very much one of Ollie's guys, and Maguire was as well. I think Anthony's one of Ten Hag's guys where he goes like, he's a guy I can rely on. Yeah. And also, just to end on this, he does some of the work you need defensively as well. He will get back, Anthony. You pointed this out when he was at Ajax. You said, look at him, look at Ajax's goal conceded record. He's played nearly all those games. He gets back when he needs to, and he'll do it. And I think that's something Jadon Sancho needs to work on at times. I don't think it's his effort. I think he will track back. I think he looks a little bit lost sometimes when he's trying to pick his man up.
Yeah.
And Anthony, I don't get those same sort of vibes from.
And it's interesting as well, isn't it? Because he's the sort of player that historically and almost sort of stereotypically kind of tricky winger who's very skillful, who's quite, flair player, bleach blonde hair, tattoos on his neck, all these kind of old-fashioned tropes of a winger usually don't go hand in hand with industrious, hard-working, gets back, defends really well. And that's obviously unfair and it's old-fashioned and it's stereotypes and all that. But he definitely breaks that idea of the luxury players as they were once called, of like, he'll do it on one end but he can't really be bothered. Like Cristiano Ronaldo is the perfect example of that, isn't he? He'll be the best player in the world in their half and barely a footballer in your own half. Anthony does both of those things, and I think it's a rare combination of someone that will do a triple step over, or that, like, I don't think he's one of the best players in the world. Obviously he's nowhere near that. But I like that there are certain players have this like air of almost like weirdness when you watch them. Do you know when they do stuff you think, what am I seeing here? Rashford's got it, definitely. Sometimes he'll knock it and go and you think, whoa, like you aren't like everyone else around you. There are times when Anthony, like, do you know that turn he does on the ball's on the outside of his left foot and he's kind of going like a counterclockwise circle away from his, and you think, what am I even watching here? He's got a weird, like, spooky trickery to him that I think a lot of players don't have that. There's a lot of conventional wingers that just do knock it and run or run in behind. He's got a weirdness to him when you watch him, and I think it's just exciting to watch, isn't it?
I think you're right, and I think Erik ten Hag knows that about him and knows how to handle him.
Yeah.
He knows what type of player he is, and I think that he's not sort of trying to make him into something. He's not trying to do anything differently with him. I think he's just like, right, this is what you're good at. You do that. And I think the only slight criticism he's had of him has been about goal scoring. He said, didn't he, not long ago, he needs to start scoring more because he's getting himself in great positions. And people say, I think he compared him to Ian Robben, people saying he's only got one trick, but that trick works all the time for him. So who cares? And he's very effective with it. I just think he can be more effective in terms of goal scoring. And then since he said that, and he's got another Premier League goal, which is, it's not. That doesn't mean, that's it. We can all pack up and go home because he's a mad success. But that's what you want from him. Yeah. And I think that, for me, last season we saw players lose their confidence. We saw Rashford, we saw Sancho, we saw players who just look like they didn't want the ball. Anthony wants the ball all the time. Yeah. He wants to run at his man all the time. He wants to get his shot off all the time. Yes, it can be annoying and frustrating when it don't come off, but I'd rather use that guy than the guy that's going to go, give me the ball, I'll give it back to Wan-Bissaka, or I'll play it, back to the goalkeeper. Don't look at me to try and make things happen. He's one of those guys that wants that ball, and as soon as he's got it, like you saying, he's got some madness going on. Yeah. And he's entertaining, isn't he? I want to watch players like that. You don't want just players that keep it safe all the time.
No, absolutely not. We've got a few super chats, and we'll hear from Andy Tate in just a couple of minutes as well. Fergal McClement says, do you think Maguire not getting the handball given against could be a sliding doors moment for him finding form and confidence?
You changed your mind with this one, didn't you? Because at the time, me and you were on the same song sheet. Yeah. It was me and you versus McCullough, which is how I like it.
Yeah, same.
He was saying that's an handball, and I was like, nah, and you were like, nah. I said, I wasn't adamant, but I was like, nah, it's not an handball. Yeah. And then you watched it again and you thought,
Yeah. I think he was a little bit lucky. I don't think it was like stonewall, how is he not giving it? But I think it was a bit, it was a bit fortunate.
You know what we need to speak to about this is the expert opinion on this, is Mr. Andy Tate.
How you doing, Andy?
A man renowned for his objectivity.
Big game today. You excited?
Quietly confident and excited. Don't want the season to fall flat.
Yeah.
Once you've had a taste of the cheesecake, you want a bit more of it, don't you? So,
as the famous saying goes, I think that was Plato.
Cheesecake. Yeah.
Aristotle.
Sorry.
What's your favourite flavour cheesecake?
Oh, it'd have to be a New York one.
Oh yeah, where the baked one.
Yeah.
As soon as he said that, my mouth started watering.
Right, yeah.
That's a great.
Because I thought he was going to say like strawberry.
No.
The New York one where it's like thicker. It's not that cold like cream cheese one. It's like it's been cooked.
I keep letting us. I will make us an Oreo cheesecake. That's the only cake I've ever baked. I keep saying I'll
Oreo's cheesecake.
Yeah, Oreo cheesecake. It's like they call it black and white cheesecake.
I'm intrigued.
So I'll make us one of them for.
Do you put it in the oven?
Yeah. Put it in the oven and it goes in the fridge overnight.
Yeah.
Ooh, kinky.
Yeah, exactly. Kinky.
Nice, that.
Andy, you're feeling confident, and I'm on your page as well. or should I say when United get a result today, who do you think will be key for us?
I think this is the time for Martial to step up. He might have a point to prove against Sevilla as well.
Well said.
And to show he's like, oh, I have got the capability. I am gifted. I've got the skills to do well, and get our club through to the semi-finals. And I say everything's happening last 24 hours as well. It's like I'm Sunday as well. I'm not going Sunday. I'll be here.
Right,
but
well, not good lad. You're not going, but good lad. You'll be here.
It's called financial restrictions.
Financial fair play, Jay. If you've ever heard of it.
Unlike Barcelona, financial restrictions.
Andy Tate sticks to financial fair play. But I'm sure you'll be there in the final. We'll make sure you're at the final anyway. But you'll be here for the semi.
Just on Martial, do you think he's got it in him to win this game? Because it might come down to that. We were watching Bayern last night, and I think that was always a tall order, wasn't it? But the fact that you saw Sané missing chances, you saw goals being ruled out for offside, you saw this, that, Bayern had 3 or 4 really good chances yesterday.
Give it a goal, didn't they? Yeah. Really give it a goal.
Scored a couple of them, maybe one in the first half. That
one with Sané went through was the one where you can start asking, you ask questions.
And obviously we're not 3-0 down, but it's going to be one of those fixtures where if we miss our chances, Sevilla are too good, too well versed in this competition to let us get away with it. Is Martial is he gonna do it?
He's always got it in him. He's always capable. And like Andy said, he should have a little bit of a point to prove because it's Sevilla where he had what was described as a disastrous loan spell by people that we speak to. Watched him pretty much every game there, and he was like, it was shockingly bad.
Yeah.
But since he's come back from that, when he has played, he's done pretty well. He's just obviously injuries caught with him. So yeah, he can do it. And I think one thing that's got to be in the back of Andy Martial's mind, that's my mate Steve. I know him.
Yeah, I've met him.
Steve Weiler. Yeah,
so.
Yeah. He was in. Oh no, you met that. But yeah, he does a lot of doorways and stuff.
Maybe I met.
I was going to say he was in Barcelona,
like
but you were there.
I know.
Yeah,
but he doesn't. He's not.
But I think the thing that Martial's got to look at now, maybe for the first time in his United career, is there's a good chance that if the next 10 games don't happen for him in the summer, Ten Hag might go, I can't rely on this guy. Yeah. So even though I've got to buy 1 striker, I might have to try and get 2 because
get him off the payroll.
There might be an element of I can get some dough for him, and he just isn't doing anything for me. So maybe that gives him a bit more motivation because I always wonder with Martial. He seems to be one of these players that has to be handled in the right way, and there's been issues where another striker's come in and he's kind of not down tools. That's too extreme, but it's knocked him off focus a little bit or form. Do you know what I mean? Like you mentioned there, Alexis Sanchez. And one of the reasons I think that move was disastrous was because Martial was doing well up till then.
Yeah.
And
I remember his last
performing after
I remember his last contribution.
That
he set up that goal for the West Ham game last season, didn't he? Yeah. 4-way, like Rashford bagged it in the last minute, and then he disappeared, didn't he?
He got the goal, didn't he, against Everton?
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, Ollie still likes him, but that seemed to upset everything, didn't it? Because there was all the press about Ronaldo not starting, and then he went on loan to Sevilla, and Sevilla pushed out all the stops to.
Oh yeah, he brought Ronaldo with him. The personal message from Ronaldo, wasn't it?
Like I've never seen
his favourite.
Yeah,
that Ronaldo.
Bizarre, I've never seen a club sort of focus on someone on social media as much as the official Sevilla club sort of social media team did, and it didn't really work. I think he got 1 goal in the Europa League and nothing in the league, which was pretty surprising because I thought he'd do really well. And we were talking earlier. I think Lopetegui was the manager, and he criticised him saying he's not good enough, or he's not been good enough. So yeah, it's a big opportunity for Andy Martial. We've said this so many times over the years.
That's the thing,
and to be fair to the kid, he has stepped up at times.
Well, the thing is, he got in that semi-final. We were all here, weren't we? For was it after lockdown when the football started again just before August? Wasn't it? It was like June, July. We were winning. He scored a penalty and all that, and we lost 2-1. Late goals, and I remember Bruno and Lindelof verbally having clashes of that game. I was upset. I was really heartbroken. I was not because we were going like 4 years without a trophy, and it was like spurred a moment. It was upsetting. The world was a different place then. It was still on its head.
It's mad, that, isn't it? Because the world
was on its ass.
Strange time, that, wasn't it?
Yeah. So, but people were like, the world was different then. But I got really watched score for that night, and I do not want to lose out on winning this trophy.
See, that's what I've been talking about there, Andy, who's seen us win the lot. There's that passion, that sort of, it is a trophy that you care about.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's a big trophy, that's what I mean.
And let's face facts, we've been
dead hard
through
to
it
win
this season in this competition.
Yeah.
We were robbed against Sociedad at home.
Yeah.
We had to rally, was it last minute against, was it Sheriff?
Yeah.
We had the games where Ronaldo wasn't happening for him. Then there was games where it did. Yeah. Then you had the Barcelona games. We went up there and got a good result. One of our best away performances this season. I know it was only a draw, but considering the calibre of opposition and our record in the Premier League against good opposition, then you have to look at that and go, that's a good
it's
performance.
Like in all cup competitions, I've seen somebody saying like that, oh, you've only won a League Cup, you played all your games, you played against lower teams, and you only beat what's in front of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What do you want us to do? Reject Forest in the semi-final and go, no, can we have City instead, please?
Yeah,
like,
do you know what I mean?
Well, you wouldn't do that, would you?
You win a couple of FA Cups over the
got.
years, and you beat this, that, and the other in the final, and you think you're the bee's knees, and now you're getting like, say, League Cup doesn't matter, FA Cup doesn't matter, Europa League doesn't matter. Believe me, mate, if we win 3 trophies and other teams end up with nothing, that's something to shout about.
Yeah, exactly, and that's a load of rubbish. Anyway, it's just like, played Newcastle in the final, and they was like practically the same position as us in the league.
Yeah.
And it's not our fault City and Liverpool were out of it.
No.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, come on, man.
It's like we're being blamed for City losing to Brighton or wherever it was.
Yeah.
Like, how is that? Is that our fault? Sorry, that the teams that are better
is it our fault?
Couldn't get to the
is
final
it our
like
fault
we
if
could?
Sheffield United win Saturday?
Oh,
is it our fault?
honestly.
No, it won't.
If that happens,
I'll cry.
I think I will.
Only because the City's going to win, because two of their loanies are on at Sheffield United.
Yeah.
And they're pushing their promotion bid. So City's gone, you ain't playing.
Couple of super chats. Tina Telefson Totoka, who's been a member for 6 months, said, this is Sevilla's tournament. Sevilla's won it 6 times and I fear them beating us. If Sevilla score first, we might be effed. Dave Robotham says, looking forward to the Sloppy Joes live next weekend. Thank you very much. Tickets are sold out.
Are there?
Yeah.
Is there any guest list tickets?
Yeah, you're in. The last one was class. Jay, are you making an appearance again?
Apparently, I've been told I'm not, because I've been bumped because he got a better guest this time.
Well, that's
I am
not
on standby.
true.
I am going to be sat in front row if I'm allowed.
Yes.
With a sort of
you on the B
list.
A
look
you
of
on the B list.
expectation on my face.
Cosmic says, evening fellas, did you know it's illegal to own just one guinea pig in Switzerland?
Really?
Yeah, because they get very sad and lonely.
Really?
Yeah, genuinely.
What's the perspective on goldfish?
I think they're okay.
They're okay.
Yeah. Well, you have to put one of those. You can have one live one and then one of those flat ones that you put on your hand. You know, that crinkles up if you've had a big poo that day, or whatever it says.
I told you we just got a rabbit, didn't I?
Just one.
Yeah. Just
illegal.
One. Yeah.
What are you calling it?
I have no say whatsoever in this.
The kids call it
Brittany.
Brittany?
Yeah.
Poor rabbit.
After who?
Who do you think?
The Queen.
Who's named it? Because your kids have never heard of Britney Spears.
I think they have in our house.
A lot.
I'm sure Mum would have sung it back in the day, and they picked up on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So that's what I was told. Mate, we dodged the bullet. It was going to be called something else.
I suppose that's like it being called like Glenn Campbell in my house or whatever.
It was Glenn Campbell.
Glenn Campbell.
Is that from UB40?
He's a singer, isn't he?
Yeah, right, okay, yeah. I thought
Well,
it was Ali
he's born
Campbell.
in 1936.
Better been calling
Oh,
Trevor.
right, no, it's not
He's
UB40.
an American country singer.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Glenn Campbell.
You know what I mean?
Right, I get you.
What, Rhinestone Cowboy?
Yeah, I mean, that's a banger.
Absolute banger.
Yeah.
Tedros Tesfaye.
Yeah, that would have been a good name.
Getting his money's worth out of Steve, isn't he?
Yeah, it'd been a good name for the rabbit.
Would you take Robin Van Persie as our number 9, and would he fit? Ruud van Nistelrooy.
The messages from 2013 only just coming through now.
Message from 2001.
Hey.
What brand are we on?
Would you take Ruud van Nistelrooy?
Someone been on the motor?
Yes. Every team that United have ever had in our history, I would put Ruud van Nistelrooy in it, and I think it would improve it. Gavin Elk says, this lineup is a chicken korma when you ordered a lambuna. It's still good, but it's not quite what you wanted, and it's missing the spice.
I'm one of them that orders korma.
Oh.
Same here.
I know.
I'm with Jay. I'm a Karma Club.
Yeah.
Korma chameleons.
I knew you were going to say that.
Funt case
Don't mind a tikka now and again.
says, if Man United had scored most of the key chances Bruno created, his goals and assists would be ridiculous, but we've not had the firepower to accompany it. Yeah, he's made more chances than anyone in Europe this season. Bruno Fernandes.
I mean, every stat's just ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah, it's unreal. The only ones that aren't ridiculous are like, do his teammates score the chances he creates?
I saying that
Then
the
it's
other
not so
day,
good.
was it if United didn't not spent 80 million on Adam Maguire and put it into Bitcoin, he would have had £807 million.
And what would the Glazers have spent that on, do you think?
Don't know.
Certainly not more players.
Another pirate ship in Tampa.
Isn't it weird though that like Maguire gets all the grief, and I get some of it, but it's like.
Did you see that commentator? I think it was Nigerian commentator yesterday on the Bayern game calling Upamecano Maguire.
He was the guy that was in his like.
That's fucking disgraceful.
President, not in the presidential debate.
Oh, maybe I'm
whatever.
confusing that.
Yeah, no, we did. No, there was someone who called him Upamecano. I saw that trending. But there was a guy that was in like the Parliament. I've
seen it.
In this, I want to say an African nation. I don't know which one, so forgive me. And he was comparing the government to their government because I think he was a part of the opposition to Harry Maguire. And he was saying, there's a guy that plays for Manchester United who's like, his name's Harry Maguire, and he scores own goals all the time and all this stuff, and just laying into Maguire. And he's saying, this is what this government is like. And you're like, how is this happening? How is Harry Maguire being used? Ghanaian Parliament, I've just been told.
It was a political pawn. That's all he is. Political pawn, Harry Maguire, for the Ghanaian government. Man, that's cold.
Ryan Singh. I never thought I'd hear that sentence.
Hey guys, watched the Ipswich game on Tuesday and the Middlesbrough game last night. Can't explain how proud of both McKenna and Carrick as managers I am. Jay and Joe, name a better duo. You can't. 4 minutes till kickoff. Score predictions in the comments right now. First of all, like the video, let's get to 1,000 likes. But after that, score predictions. What will the score be and who is scoring the goals? Big game, knockout tie, second leg, away in Seville. Jay Motti, score prediction.
Right, I can't remember what I said on the preview, but I've got my confidence up now.
Yes.
So I'm going to go 3-0 United.
I'm going to board in 2-0 club.
3-0 and 2-0.
Yeah.
I think you're both wide of the mark. Before I get to my prediction, I'm going to go into the comments though. Hey?
Wow. Hey.
That was a real Chris Tarrant moment, that wasn't it?
Yeah. It was.
Ron 6751 2-0. Christopher Dunn 0-4.
0-4.
Yeah. A lot of people, not a lot of people, a few people saying penalties. Pardon me, keep
don't be saying that, I'm in work. Lay off.
Oh yeah. Kiel Mattress says good game all, which isn't really a prediction, but it's a nice way of thinking about things. John Shin, thank you for being
John Shin.
Johnny says 3-0, we're winning. Limerick Lad says 2-1 United, Marshall and Anthony. Novoma says 2-1 United. Mike, or Mice, says 17-0 United, Marshall scoring them all. Jack Hogg says both Anthony. He hasn't put a score, but I assume he means 2-0. A8 says 10-0. Every outfield player scores.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
That'd just be lovely, wouldn't it? We lose if we go to pens. We never win pens. That's from Moisturise Your Skin. And
sound advice.
And Rocco Blue says, come on, United. I'm going to stick with my prediction that I made in the preview. And I can't remember what it was, but I think it was 2-1.
Okay.
I can't see Sevilla not scoring at home.
Yeah.
Not with all the tissue that's being thrown onto the pitch.
Proper ticker tape.
I will give it him. That is a good atmosphere down there.
It is.
I know many already who's gone there today.
Great
this
to
week.
live in a country where it was hot enough that they didn't have to have like roofs on the stadiums.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be ace, that, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I love that.
Football stadiums, that mean
like just open like that. You just see it.
Real Batiste.
No one's got a coat.
Some of my mates, I've got a friend over there. He's gone over with his missus, Mike Fletcher. He got an hire car, flew to Gibraltar, got across.
What, in the car?
Yeah, he flew to Gibraltar, got a hire car on the other side,
yeah.
And he drove all the way to Seville. He's gone past the Real Batiste game stadium as well, and he put it up on live. It was pretty good.
Sounds
good
nice, that. Lovely little road
just
trip.
while waiting for this to kick off as well, there is a protest at the Villa game. I was chatting to someone from 1958, I think, who are organising it, and they said that you can go and check them out on socials stuff on Twitter. I think it's going to start in the city centre at 11 o'clock on the day of the game. There's more details going to be released about it tomorrow. It's obviously an anti-Glazer protest. They're pushing for full sale only, and I'm sure everyone knows the feelings that we've got about the Glazers on here, but if you don't, I'll tell you, we want them gone. So this is a big protest that's being planned for the Villa game. I think that's on the 30th. More details will be out on Friday, but pencil it in your diaries if you can get down there in the city centre. 11 o'clock on the 30th.
I ain't sleeping Sunday. I ain't sleeping at all. I'll do my work and I'm going straight to that.
Get down there if you can, and obviously let them know what you think of us, of them. The Glazers, that is.
We'll just go through the starting lineup one last time before we kick off. It's David De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, and Dalot. A midfield three of Casemiro, Eriksen, and Sabitzer, and a front three, unchanged front three. I think for the third time in a row is Sancho, Martial, and Antony. I feel nervous. I feel a bit sick. I hate it. You're all right, aren't you, Jay?
Yeah.
You're a pup. You're a pup.
Yeah, but I've seen us win every trophy there is to win. It's not like you've only seen. Do you know what I mean?
We're the 40 club.
I know, but
I'm nearly the 50 club.
That's true.
I'm nearly 50 cent, man.
I'm barely in the 20 club. Oh, there he is.
Hey up. Somebody's just took a tumble.
That was like they knew that was going to happen, didn't it?
What do you expect?
Why did they randomly go to that? Like, it's like they, like you say, they went
What do
to
you
that guy.
expect at €1.50 a pint, man? Drink the place dry.
When we went to Olympiacos, we got in the ground and it was very steep and we was at the back, me and my friends, and my mate went tumbling like that down the front into a load of people, and the guy who fell on kicked off of him, and then it was like kicking off a little bit, but me and my other friend were just crying, laughing that much that we couldn't help him or stick up for him or anything, and then he had to go at us. Because he was like, he's kicking off, you weren't even there, he was laughing, and I was still laughing.
You haven't got his back.
It was proper like, he wiped out the first two rows in front of him.
I'm sure once when...
And I'm sorry, Craig Norwood, for telling everyone that story.
I went to, with my dad once, we watched, it was like a Sheffield Wednesday, Sheffield United derby.
All still set.
And I'm pretty sure, I was only young, I'm almost certain someone fell down one of the tiers into the tier below when I was at that game. And I've never seen that happen since. I'm almost. I remember it. I was only about 12.
There's only two stands that could happen: the main stand and the Leppings Lane end.
I'm pretty sure I saw that.
Because the Sheffield Wednesday, the Cop
Will
end.
your dad not remember? Will not know. How old were you?
I was about 12.
Right.
Not that long ago.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It was only a couple of weeks ago.
Was it good atmosphere though?
Right, we've kicked off. I think it was 2-2 the game.
Good game.
One of them where I don't really care either way, but just worth seeing, innit? Go on then. Sevilla coming out spicily. Corner to Sevilla straight off the bat. Oh no, goal kick. Rakitic protesting.
Rightly so. Did you rate Rakitic?
Yeah, I did at Barcelona.
Yeah.
2 or 3 years. He was excellent.
What came off Wan-Bissaka?
Thought he was really good. Did you? Not a big fan.
I thought he was all right. He was someone who I never really paid much attention to.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like that Barcelona team that era had so many good players. I know it was slightly different than the golden era, shall we say.
Yeah.
But I always thought he was all right. He's not someone I was like, oh my God, he's amazing or whatever.
Yeah. He was one of those that was just... He almost would have that thing of like... Do you know like Gundogan has or had in the past for City where he'll be like a good player most weeks, tidy, consistent, but then he'll have like a 6-week spell where he'll score 5 goals and just kind of push him. And he had a little bit of that to him, Rakitic, where you'd see it like week after week, highlights of him scoring 20-yarders and just, pushing him over the edge. So I think, it was excellent. They really come out sharp, haven't they, Sevilla?
Yeah, a bit like Batiste.
He's won the Champions League. He's won everything. FIFA Club World Cup, Super Cup, Champions League.
Well, there you go. That'll help us.
3 or 4 La Ligas.
Wasted opportunity there, man.
Swiss Young Player of the Year. What's this? He's also won the Order of the Duke of Branimir, which is the seventh most important medal given by the Republic of Croatia.
So he's royalty. Sort of.
He's not
Is
royalty.
it like the NBA? It's like in
It's awarded for excellence in promoting Croatia in international relations.
Right, okay.
He's only established in 1995.
He's done well there, though, hasn't he?
Not bad.
There's not many players who've won that collection of trophies and medals.
Has also won that.
Yeah.
No trouble.
I think
That's what I
Modric is entitled to that accolade as
He
well.
must have won one. Oh, Maguire's down. It's alright.
He's out any Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Backs.
And I know people like to mock him, but it isn't a good position to be in to have one available centre-back, is it? Like,
No.
that's just not good.
No.
Just got to go with the flow.
What do you think
It
of
doesn't
Luke Shaw?
just mash it all together and just hope it works.
Is Luke Shaw on the bench today? I missed that. He is, yeah. So he's back available.
Alex Tellers is as well.
Yeah, for them.
Oh,
He played his way out of the squad, didn't he, in pre-season? Do you remember him, Joe?
Yeah.
In that Liverpool game.
Oh. Sabitzer shoved right off there.
No, this is nasty.
I'm glad
Oh, this
Maguire's
is
had a
nasty.
word there. Because I think there's a bit the
This
other day
is
where someone was
nasty.
having a go at De Gea and Maguire didn't step in. I like that. Maguire's come over to protest a little bit there because he can be a bit
I think he's going to talk to the linesman.
back foot there, can't he?
Oh,
fucking hell!
Jesus
That is right.
Christ.
When you think about being dangerous, that is fucking very dangerous. That it's got to be a booking, that, isn't it? Surely.
Yeah, it's a booking at the
It's a
very
booking.
least.
I don't think it's more than that, but it's a booking, surely.
He's hurt.
He's not going for the ball. He's not even trying to sort of protect or shield the ball. He's literally just fucking Sabitzer into some chairs. Is he not? Is he giving
No,
a
he's
free
not
kick?
even booking
booked
him.
How is Bruno, the ball accidentally hitting his elbow when he's gone in for a slide tackle, more dangerous to the football, like the game of football, than that?
He's all right. That's the main thing.
That's obscene.
I can't believe that's happened right in front of the linesman. He's not said to the ref, yeah, that's a yellow. Because it sounded like the ref was going to look like the ref was going to talk to the linesman. Unless he's just seen it himself and made his own decision.
That.
Fucking useless.
GBH.
Free kick to United. That's a dangerous area. Ooh. Slightly flappy from their goalkeeper, wasn't it? Well done, Anthony. Win that.
Play, son.
See, that's the sort of thing he does that goes unnoticed as well.
Jacking
Andy winning
back.
the ball back there,
Playing
ran
right
back into his own half.
Go on, David.
What did you make of of Eric Ten Hag's comments about David De Gea saying he's the complete goalkeeper? Did you think that was true, that he felt that, or did you think it was with a pinch of salt?
I think it was...
he's my guy, I'm backing him because he's here.
He's my guy, I'm backing him.
You
Which
gotta
he's done
back
with
him.
everyone.
You got to back your Warriors, aren't you?
He did it with Weghorst, and he's not started a game since. He did it with... Who else did he do it with? He's done it with Sancho in the past.
Yeah.
He's done it with Maguire, and he's barely started a game since. Like, he does it with everyone. And you should do it with everyone, because what would be the benefit in making David De Gea feel underappreciated?
No.
That doesn't help anyone, does it?
Well, we had all that last season, didn't we? Ragnick called them all out for what they were.
Yeah.
And you don't want that at this time of the season.
No, that was very much, I'm only here for a couple of months.
Yeah.
Everyone hates me anyway. I'm just going to
gonna
burn
say
down
how
the
it
village
is.
on my way out.
Well, that was the best thing about it, though. He was brutally honest, and he couldn't take it.
And I do think they needed a bit of that. I think part of the rebound this season has come from
It needed a look in the mirror.
everything. Yeah, the microscope being looked at everyone, or being sort of pointed at everyone by Rangnick. I do
He
think
takes
that.
spark
Got
plugs
space
out.
there, turn.
That's a good pass. Like Bruno, that. Who was that?
No, he looked like
Bruno
Bruno.
snuck on.
I know, yeah. Who was it? Who made that pass? Was it Casemiro?
Great ball, that. Oh, unlucky.
Is that sort of body swerve? It looked like
Yeah.
him, didn't it?
Oh, it's Casemiro, yeah. Because
Well, maybe spirits in him. So.
Yeah.
Bruno used to be number 18 as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Anthony cutting inside, out to the left-hand side. It's a good ball, that, if you can touch it. He's left foot
All
there.
right, lads, come on.
Not a great pass, not a great touch, was it?
No,
Both
I
of
think
them
Anthony
could have done
started a
better
lot
there.
brighter than Sancho.
Sancho's barely touched it.
Yeah, and then when he did, he gave it away.
A bit more desire from Sancho. Real desire. Needs to work on it.
I think he's another one who's under the spotlight a bit, innit? Because he had that break.
Definitely.
I'm not knocking him for having a break. He obviously needed, but he's come back and it's like now everyone's saying, the reports were Eric Ten Hag's almost not decided whether he can rely on him. And you think if Garnacho's fit, there's an option there.
Yeah.
And also, if we do bring in another 9, on that left-hand side, surely is Marcus Rashford.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't see how it's not.
No.
Yeah.
There's no way. Unless... No, there isn't, because that's Rashford's best position.
And also, you're not going to drop Anthony. You've just spent 100 million on him. He's your guy.
No.
So...
Oh,
Maguire. No. Maguire. That is the last thing he should have done, and it's the last thing he needs as well. Harry Maguire there, just giving it to him. An absolute shocker.
fucking
Do you know what? You defend him, right? And we've all defended him. And I know he gets some undue stick, but that is absolutely
The only thing I would say
unacceptable.
there is he's been given the ball when he's got 3 men around him.
I'll give you that,
That's
but
the only
still,
thing. Yeah,
it's
boot
still,
it long. Do whatever you have to do
look
to
here.
not do that.
Right. It's not a great situation.
Look, there's not too many things he can do there. He almost needs to dummy it and let it go behind him.
Well,
What he
yeah.
can't do is give it straight to a fucking Sevilla player.
No.
I
That's the
don't
only
need to
thing you
prove
can't do.
myself. I can do it anyway.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tosser.
that is the worst bits of Ollie in a nutshell. That.
Yeah.
De Gea putting him under pressure, but to me, even though De Gea's pass wasn't great, Maguire's got to take responsibility.
Oh, that's on TikTok. That's on TikTok within the next 5 minutes. That is
Maguire's
Harry Maguire.
Yeah, ridiculous. Shocking. Poor from De Gea and even worse from Maguire. Ridiculous. And there, and again, I know that if he has a look behind him, he can let the ball go through his legs. There's no one.
Yeah, he's got players either side and one in front of him.
And no one within 15 yards of the back of him. No one even remotely near him.
It's exactly where Lisandro Martinez would have turned.
Yeah, exactly.
He would have turned.
He'd have done a little dummy forward and opened his body up and turned into midfield. Because if he does that, he's got 30 yards to run into there. It's just not being aware of his surroundings.
I think subconsciously Ten Hag will throttle him by the throat.
Fucking hell. Yeah.
Like you say, he's dug his own grave now, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Backed himself into a corner. Me and you were talking like this last week.
Yeah, it's shocking that. The one thing you don't do as well, innit? Just give them a goal. See, these are the sorts of things where you just lose ties when you do that.
Yeah.
Because it's hard enough to beat them just your best versus their best. They're still very good. And if we keep giving them our worst moments, our worst bits of luck, our worst bits of form, you just lose. We've basically given them 3 goals in this tie.
And 2 of them are down to him.
Yeah, well, do you know how hard it is to overcome a 3-goal given deficit that we basically put ourselves in?
Yeah.
We've scored 2. We've done all right there.
Have a word.
It's fucking ridiculous. Every goal
Sort
they've
that
scored, we've given them.
Because I'd have been going mad.
Juventus are beating Sporting 1-0, 2-0 on aggregate now. Rabia with a goal. Leverkusen beating who is it? The Belgian side as well. 1-0, 2-1 on aggregate. Fuck me. Who was it who scored? Lamella?
No, it was the mixed race kid.
It's knocks the stuffing out you, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does you right.
Early on as well. When it's been like a fine start. And that's a position where we're not in a dangerous position there.
The key is you silence the crowd in the first 15, 20 minutes. You just don't give them any impetus.
Yeah.
That's
See,
gone out
they're
the
just
window.
flying through everything now, aren't they?
Yeah.
How's that your ball, you dickhead? Put it down.
It's just you got to make sure the next goal's yours.
Yeah. Oh.
Otherwise, you may as well just fucking go home.
Yeah.
At least I'll sleep well tomorrow, unlike Harry Maguire.
Hopefully he'll score 2 now and win us the game.
You see things like that, and you were right, Joe, what you were saying earlier, you know, it's not a good thing that he's suspended for the Brighton game, but when you see things like that, you think, fucking maybe it is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I know, maybe it's a fucking blessing.
Luke Shaw probably looks over his shoulder as the ball's coming to him, sees this no one anywhere near him, and just gives it a little dummy.
When Maguire's
that was reminiscent of last season. I mean, goals against that fucking...
It was the worst, for me, it reminded me of the worst bits under Ollie, where it was like De Gea to Maguire, and it fucking up.
Yeah.
Like,
do you remember as well, last season as well, you'd have, like when you think of some of the players we're playing out the back with, like you put Fred and McTominay in front of that line as well, who also aren't great at looking over the shoulder and seeing what's behind him. We're trying to play out the back with De Gea, Maguire, McTominay and Fred. It's almost, that line is almost impossible. Go on. Eriksen. They're faster and they're just sprinting and working harder than we are. We're jogging and they're sprinting. This is what happened last season, where he gets to the point where it's like they forget that you can outwork the opposition, and that actually helps you win games. You think, we'll just stand still, and our passing and our vision and our innate skill will win us this game. Actually sprint, run to the ball. Don't just jog back all the time. They're like overtaking us, running past us. The amount of times we get outworked.
You go back to last week as well. We had them by the shot on Curly's. We didn't go for the throw. We didn't go for the killer third, and that's what really is disappointing.
Mad, isn't it? You know,
Three mistakes.
What was it? The 83rd minute. It was 2-0 up, and you think cruising. And now
just lock it down. Even if you can't get a third, lock it down.
After 20 minutes more football, we're way behind.
I know it only takes a set to score a goal, so that's what I mean?
It's not over, obviously, but it's just the last thing that United needed, the last thing that Maguire needed, the last thing that going a goal down after 8 minutes to a sort of almost trademark bit of shit by Maguire.
That's cold. That is cold.
It's like
The thing is, he has this reputation for a reason.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, he
it's
does.
not like Martin hasn't got this reputation. Varane hasn't.
No.
You know, even Lindelof hasn't.
No.
It's like it's there for a reason.
If
He's
I
got
was
one in him
if I
far
was him,
too
I
often.
won't be doing any more interviews between now and the end of the season. I'm telling you.
And like, there's only so many times you can go, it's not his fault he cost 80 million quid. He got us the third, he got us the second. You know, you're watching the game now. You need to do these things now. You're not even fourth choice at the minute, and you're getting starts. Make the most of him.
Yeah.
Play your part in winning Manchester United trophies. It's all well and good coming on in the League Cup final with 3 minutes to go to collect the trophy with Bruno Fernandes. Earn it.
Yeah. I know, it's like a kid who's cheated on his
you know
test
what I mean?
results.
This is your
It's like
chance to earn it.
It's like Mr. Bean. You ever seen that little clip where he's copying the guy who's doing the exams? That's Harry Maguire.
No, man, it's just...
Free kick in a dangerous area for Sevilla. No need for that foul either, was there?
No, there's no need for it.
Just like,
look at that.
We're just doing things that... It's like stupidity, innit? Like that Wan-Bissaka there, why are you going through the back of him? Because
100%
you're behind him. You're behind him between the ball and the goal, and he's got his back to goal. The only way you can make that situation remotely dangerous is by giving them a free kick there. Like, it's the stupidest thing he could have done, aside from being sent off, was give him a free kick. If they score this, it's probably fucking game over, isn't it?
Yeah, I struggle to see us coming back from this.
Straight at the wall. Oh, no, it's alright. Casemiro got done, he didn't. Well done. Find the pass. Brilliant.
Go on,
now.
Andy.
Hold it up.
Go on, son.
Got to wait till everyone else gets up there now. Yeah. Again, though, they're going through the back of us here, aren't they? Well done, Anthony. Oh, unlucky lad.
Oh, done well there.
Oh, on ball!
I'm
That's
ball.
ball, ref.
He's on
Come
ball.
on. That's a booking. That's exactly what Bruno Fernandes got booked for in the first fucking tie. That has to be a yellow card, that. Isn't it?
Yeah,
Isn't
that's
it?
a yellow.
Literally the exact thing he got booked for. That's not a booking, though,
It is
is
a
it?
free kick.
It's a free kick,
but
but
he's
Bruno
not boxing.
Fernandes is missing this game for that exact thing. Just fucking crap, innit?
No consistency.
Couldn't, innit? It's like
Yeah,
in for
no,
a
I
side tackle,
agree.
the ball hitting his arm. Free kick to United. Right near the corner flag. Ball in from Ericsson. Anthony.
That could have... You could predicted that one.
Calm down, shall
This
we?
is torture, this replays, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's also the element there of, it's a bad ball or so, but what does he think he's doing? That's what I don't get.
No.
Like,
he's trying to pass it out, innit, to
like,
Wan-Bissaka or whatever.
what, like, has he not see that player there? Like, it's like he's trying to meg him.
Yeah.
Like,
It's not what you
which
do,
is
it?
just insane.
Yeah. He just needs to look over his shoulder as the ball's coming, doesn't he?
Bit reminiscent of the semi-final, the defending from a couple of years ago.
Yeah. That was the thing as well. We put that down, didn't we, to a lot of it. Is
Fucking hell.
Jesus
Absolute miscommunication there as well, wasn't it?
To be fair, give them the due, they've only played 150 games together.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, you need a solid 300.
Yeah,
don't
you
you?
know what I mean? You can't
definitely.
expect them to be
You
able
can't
to
expect a
communicate
keeper
with
and a
each other.
defender.
Who've played 4 seasons together to be able to communicate. What's the matter with you?
I mean, it took Captain America and Iron Man.
What, 70 years, wasn't it?
No,
He was in fucking
yeah,
freezing
I'm
for.
talking about 50, 60 years.
Yeah, exactly.
In the end game, he gave his life, and Captain America stayed alive while Iron Man snuffed it.
That'll be
Toss
De
off.
Gea and
I didn't
Maguire
expect that
this season.
narrative to form. I didn't expect you to go down that route.
Win that.
I seek comfort in comics.
You do like your comics, you know, yeah. What's your favourite comic?
I'm a bit of a Transformer nut, but I do like Avengers
Yeah,
comics. Yeah.
fair play to that. When I was a kid, I used to read the Punisher ones.
Oh yeah. Yes.
He's a bit scary, isn't he?
Yeah, I used to love all that.
When he was like into revenge and all that.
Yeah. He's done some films, but the films are absolute garbage.
Go on, good touch. Barely on the ball, Martial and Sancho, are they so far?
No.
United have hardly kept
I mean,
it
I don't
either.
blame Martial for this because he's not getting the ball.
Oh no!
I know you're not.
I'm not blaming anybody.
No.
I'm blaming Harry Maguire for his first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
No, my point is, he's not getting any service. We need We need Bruno Fernandes to pick him out. Oh, hang on a minute. Bruno Fernandes can't play because he got a ridiculous yellow card for a handball that we've just seen one of their players do and didn't get anything for.
Yeah, that's the one.
Just so we're up to speed.
Yeah.
I know this is the most obvious thing anyone's ever said on a watch-along, but we miss Martinez so much.
Yeah.
Like,
We do.
He's so important to this team.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Just everything. Just we hold the ball better at the back. We're more pressure resistant.
Like,
We can keep it when they push up. It's like everything.
It's like,
At the minute, you don't trust this back four to hold the ball well, do you?
no.
As we've
Sorry,
already
I'm looking
proven.
like because there's a camera in my way.
That's our ball, that. Is it? Corner. Sevilla.
It's always the way, innit? It's like a team that's fighting relegation in any league. He's always an inspiration in the cups.
I'm sure that's our ball. It comes off his hat.
It
no.
comes off Delo's hand, doesn't it? I'm surprised they didn't get a penalty and Delo didn't get sent off for that.
Not too late.
VAR, red. Oh, no, actually.
We've got a goal kick and no penalty. Right.
Right, we'll have that.
Loving it.
Living a dream.
Go on, Tony. Well done. Find the pass.
Move out of the way, ref, you muppet.
Good tackle.
No, he's not got the ball there, I don't think. Sporting have got one back against Juve. 2-1 now. Edwards to the goal.
Bruno might be watching that, let alone this. But he's probably got 2 TVs on, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Watching both his boys.
Casemiro having a chat with the ref.
Oh, bit of retribution there. Go on, Sabby. Have that. Oh, me tendon. Oh, have it. You top.
Was that the kid that threw him into the
Was it?
advertising?
Yeah,
office?
so, what goes around comes around.
Have you ever seen Casemiro? Was it on Milner? Was it Milner when he played the Scousers at Real Madrid?
Yeah. Oh, brilliant, isn't it?
That is absolutely...
It's like one of those like old Roy Keane highlights.
I know.
It's like you think this is the sort of tackle that can't happen anymore. And yeah, it did. Have you seen the worst tackle of all time, that Graham Souness one?
Yeah. Well, he
ball
have to have his testicle removed or something.
Did it? He literally steps over the ball.
Yeah.
Souness has got the ball. It's not like a 50-50. Souness has got the ball. And as the player runs in, he just lifts his foot up and stabs it like
I think the kid he had to have his testicle removed or his ball sack stitched or something, basically.
It's genuinely horrendous.
It's like a 10-game ban, innit? Nowadays, you did that. VAR, if the ref doesn't see it.
Yeah.
It's red card, 10-game ban.
Yeah.
Right.
As Graham Souness would say, where was Paul Pogba in all this?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I think he blamed him for that tackle for not being born when it happened.
And then he goes like that. He points to his own his own knee and
like, look, I've hurt my knee. I've hurt my knee stopping this lad having children. Well, help me.
But his blame is a claim now.
Well,
Look at the line here. Everyone's just all over the place.
Casemiro's got to come into defence to get the ball here. Says it all.
When it's these two at the back, you just think, I don't feel like there's a plan in their head of how we're going to bring the ball out. Do you know what I mean? It's just
you would watching this now. You'd think we were 3 goals.
Oh, they're rattled, innit? It's the goal. It's.
Go on, Jaden. Take him on. That's the lad. Go on. Well done.
Anthony. Oh, go on. Wan-Bissaka's got a chance here. First time.
Absolute
side, lad.
pass back.
Either side, it's a goal. Fucking hell.
I don't. You know what? It's not for me. I'm not even annoyed the fact he's going on side. I'm more annoyed the fact he didn't put any power behind it.
Yeah, just literally inside of his foot, pass back.
Yeah.
BT Sport, they're going for their trademark. You've missed something
Yeah,
important
we're
while we
just
showed
show
you a
you
replay.
the highlights of something else happening.
Sancho inside.
What's going on there in the box?
It's a great pass. Goal kick. He just wanted that tap in Sancho then, didn't he? Just like holding his leg out like, go on then, kick it
Better
off
that
for a goal
from
kick.
Sancho.
He's unlucky there, Eriksen. He does everything right. He tries to chip it over. I think it's Navas who's giving a little slide tackle block. Just lifts his leg up and gets the touch on it. He's a pain in the arse, isn't he, Navas?
Yeah.
He was there last time when they beat us, wasn't he?
Yeah. Did Pep sign him?
I think so.
Was he already there?
I think he was a previous management.
Was it Pellegrini?
Yeah, it might have been Pellegrini.
Pellegrini's
2013, yeah.
Yeah, facts. No, that is Pellegrini.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, it would have been, wouldn't it?
Don't even know.
Summer 2013 is when Mancini left.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Pellegrini signed Fernandinho, Jovetic, Navas, Negredo in one summer.
Really?
Yeah, they went like, and I remember thinking, the one that worried me was Fernandinho.
Yeah.
And he ended up being mint, and all the others were just
powerhouse.
All right.
Yeah, like Negredo had a bit of a good start and then fell off a cliff. Jovetic did absolutely nothing, and Navas was all right.
Yeah. Negredo scored like 9 or 8 goals in a row at home or something, but only ever scored 2 away goals or something ridiculous.
Something like I think he's. Plus, he scored them all in like by Christmas.
Yeah.
And then didn't score again.
Oh, for bolting out Cole Maguire.
That was Lindelof.
Was it? Oh,
yeah.
See.
You see the effects that people he has on us? He's in our subconscious now. Be waking up fucking 3 in the morning screaming Maguire.
Oh, mate.
I think Sabitzer's on Sabitzer's on a revenge mission here, isn't he? He's dishing it out here.
I'd be fuming if someone put one through my legs. I know it was the other kid he took out then, but that would annoy you, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Free kick to Sevilla. About, 35, 40 yards out? 35?
Get on with it.
Short, edge of the box.
Lock it down, keep him out.
Doesn't quite feel like that went to plan for them, does it?
No.
Well, then win that. Well done. He's not gone for the ball there, and he's knocked Casemiro over.
That's it. Played.
Wake up!
Come on, get with the programme. Come on.
I couldn't know where to stand at the
No,
moment.
he doesn't, does he?
No. See that? He was like, look, he had no idea where to go then.
Jeez Louise, man. That should have been game over, that.
Yeah. Who was that at the header at the back post? Was it El Nesri again? Is he? How big is he? Because it's him versus Lindelof as well. It's not a fullback. It's Lindelof. And he comfortably beats him in the air and he puts it in a really dangerous area. Good tracking from...
Bit of skill, that, for the cross.
Rabona cross. Beats Lindelof in the air. Good bit of inventive goalkeeping that from De Gea, wasn't it?
Yeah, he had to get there then.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's over.
That early goal is such a fucking kick in the dick in terms of building momentum as well, innit?
It's
like,
the
we're
worst
never going to control this
way
game
you
now.
wanted him to score as well. If there's one thing you didn't want to happen, it's a Maguire howler to give them a goal.
El Nasri is 6'1".
Is that it? Fucking hell. He's good in the air for 6. I know 6'1's not short, but he's...
I'm 6'2".
Yeah. He's very good in the air.
He's a midget compared to me.
What's up with him?
Hey, jarred his knee. Well, that's what you get for smashing into Sabitzer.
No
sympathy.
Touched him. No one touched him there, did they? He just went down.
I hope he's okay, but sod him.
It's looking like they're making a sub
like
here.
He's coming off.
Yeah.
If you go down with no one around you,
look at last week.
Very rare you carry on.
Yeah.
It's a bit mad that it's 2 games and 2 major defenders have gone down, isn't it? It's like his hamstring, doesn't it?
Couldn't tell what it was. Something in central leg area. I don't know if it
looks
was knee
like
or
his
hamstring or He looks a bit more upset than a hamstring though, doesn't he? He looks. Maybe he's just having a rest. Like he might be crying. Did you ever consider that haircut, Jay, when you were younger?
It was on my list. It didn't make the cut though. To be fair, right, if they scored this goal, it would have been a mint goal.
Yeah, that's a genuinely decent,
Yeah,
lovely bit of skill.
Rabona, nod down, my man runs through. Thankfully, though.
Oh, it's Suso coming on.
All our games are on Thursdays now, isn't it? Thursday, Sunday. So
Thursdays are the new Wednesday.
Oh yeah. Could
I've
have
always
easily
said that.
could have easily had the United game on a Wednesday and switched the other one round with City Arsenal. Easy.
Yeah, he's off there. Who is it?
Him who smashed a bit, so.
Martial. Suso on. I don't think they're similar players. I think there must be a bit of restructuring going on there. Because he's quite a sort of tough tackling kind of player, deep player. And Suso is typically a attacking midfielder.
Suso.
Well,
Did he win at the weekend?
oh yeah, sorry, yeah. I thought he was. I thought he meant against United.
No, I didn't. I don't really count them. I think they're both on
no,
goals.
same.
But no, he scored against. Is it Valencia? They beat.
Oh, the derby, innit? It's the derby there.
Oh fucking hell!
Yeah.
Bit of time. There you go. Now
Right,
who
keep
you
it
got? Who you
calm.
got? Who you got?
Right, where you finding this?
Fucking hell.
Do you know what? That was so inevitable.
Yeah.
We've proper regressed here. We've gone back to all the things that we were doing wrong.
I feel sorry for Martial, man. I really do.
It's like watching a Solskjaer team. This
It is, and the worst bits of Solskjaer.
Yeah.
Not the beating City at the Etihad Solskjaer.
Centre backs passing it between each other, not really actually knowing what to do next.
Did you see it before when Lindelof? I know. Listen, sometimes I get it. You pass it around the back. I understand that. But it was literally a spell before where they're just passing it back to one another.
Yeah.
Like 4 times. You think, what are you doing?
Yeah.
One of you take some responsibility.
And we've got no out ball, no like end goal no sort of structured way of bringing the ball out. They pass it across, and you look up like, what's next? What can you do? What pass can you make? And Lindelof there did a nice little run because he's shitting it because 2 people are pressing him from behind. The pass is horrendous. He got a pass on rather than giving it straight to their player.
He needs someone with him there, son. So he needed an overlap or something. It's just not happening, is it?
No.
Because all he could do there was just eventually turn back to his own goal.
Ghent have scored against West Ham in the conference.
You know what? Good. Last thing I want is David Moyes doing anything positive.
All right. That's lovely. No, it's not. Oh, it nearly got a touch on that as well, Anthony. Well then, press him now. Press him. So we've got to win this. Big ball up from Sevilla. Well done, Lindelof. That was good. Bit of composure there. See now what we got. Maguire back to Lindelof. Back to Maguire.
It's deja vu all over again.
Wan-Bissaka.
Is the snooker on?
Wan-Bissaka back to Lindelof. It
Put
looks
the
like a game
snooker
of
on.
snooker this.
We need Just Stop Oil to come onto the pitch and just get the game stopped.
Yeah. Chuck a load of
Yeah.
poster paint
We
everywhere.
need a gender reveal, don't we? You know what I mean? Some orange powder.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
A big bag of Watsits or whatever he had.
Yeah, big bag of what's
Open that again. I was watching that live because I do like the snooker.
You did. I mentioned you on Scotty Martin when we were talking about it.
I was watching it, and it was like watching a film or something, because I've never seen any one of those things happen like in the time. It's like watching Black Mirror or a film where you're like, this isn't happening. Someone's come out of the crowd. This can't be real. Not in the fair game of snooker. What have they done wrong?
It's like your JFK moment. You know where you were when that.
I know where I was. I was making a.
I know where I was where JFK got shot. I wasn't even born.
I was making a chicken pasta in Stockport.
Right.
What with
No.
JFK? Right.
When the Just Stop Oil bloke jumped on the table at the Crucible.
My mate was there.
At the Crucible?
Yeah. He messaged us and he's like, so this has just happened.
Really? Good turn. That's a foul. What do you mean? How are you shocked by that?
Oh, it's so annoying.
You just ran through the back of someone that had the ball in front of them, and you think that might not be a foul. In what world is that not a foul? It just doesn't make sense. The audacity to look at the ref like, what was I meant to do? Not fucking steamroll him over. Aaron Maguire's got no idea where to pass this now, has he?
Referees are different on a continent, aren't they?
Dallow's on. Oh my god. Yeah, there you go.
This is just fucking embarrassing. Just get on with it.
Yeah.
Seriously.
No one can take command in it.
Why did Eriksen have to do that?
Scary.
Why?
Scary.
Eriksen just ran 30 yards to play a 5-yard pass sideways because Maguire couldn't do it.
Jay, kicking the ball is scary.
Why isn't Martial on
Well
the
done.
wing?
What?
Are you for fucking real?
This is like, who was it? It was these, wasn't it? Do you know when they were 2-0 down? And every time anyone went near them, look like, what? What is hurting there?
Well,
this game now is going to be
70
minutes, 65 minutes, sorry, of just stoppages.
Rolling.
Innit? It's going to be goal kick, throw in, foul, throw in, sub, foul, sub. Like, it's going to be an awful non-football game now.
I've had enough of this bollocks already. Just get Marcus on.
Yeah, bring him on. Bring Martinez and...
Get Ronnie O'Sullivan on.
What was that then?
Get Martinez and Varane back on. This little joke's worn off now. It was funny for a minute.
Well, hopefully Varane will be back before the end of the season, so...
That's no good, is it?
Oh, man, what was that? Dirty me, sunshine.
Yeah, get Bruno on. Get Martinez on. Get Rashford on. Get Van Nistelrooy
Get just Dial on. Fucking hell, stop the game.
Oh, that's a nice turn. Now find a pass. Yeah. Well done. Crikey. Right, we've got a few super chats. Jibak Sahu says, next time anyone says De Gea is not a problem, they'll have to explain this goal. He's a risk every time he touches the ball. Maguire didn't have time to react. I think you're doing a good job not giving Maguire any blame for that, because
they're both to blame. They're both to blame for it.
Yeah, I would say Maguire more so. But
yeah,
Bjorn Gustafsson says no fault for De Gea. See, opposite opinions. Wait, Anthony's on the ball. Curl to the back post. That's nice. Oh, first chance for United there. That was a bit more like it.
5 minutes.
Good cross from Anthony. Slightly too high for Casemiro there, but that's good.
Should he have left it?
No, it's
the defender's there, isn't
it? Yeah. No fault for De Gea. He clearly asked for the ball. That's Bjorn Gustafsson.
Well, I don't know, if he'd have left that, Martial.
He was there, but I think the defender gets it if he don't touch it.
No, but the defender's committed to Casemiro.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah. Ayub says De Gea played the same pass to Eriksen when he got smashed by Brentford. Maguire could have done better, but no modern keeper is playing that pass. Interesting perspective.
Yeah. Brentford.
Super chat. Go on, hold on. Andy Knight says, got to go longer with De Gea and Maguire in the team, otherwise they'll play into trouble time and time again. Come on, United. This thing of being completely furious every time you give a foul away must be so draining to watch week in, week out. Like, every time Sevilla make a foul, regardless of the severity, it could be, a 50-50 or just an absolute obvious awful tackle.
Need to do that then.
They go on like it's the worst decision that's ever been given.
I know, it's ridiculous.
It's just fucking draining.
So annoying.
Yeah. Matt G.
Yeah, what's he saying?
With the super chat. Evidence again, De Gea needs upgrading to realise Ten Hag's style of play. Where is a goalkeeper on your priority list? But slightly lower down than getting our good centre-backs back, to be honest. Taylor Green, we're really missing Bruno's intensity and communication. We look in total disarray.
Bruno's a leader. He's the leader now.
Yeah.
It's mad because we are missing Bruno. And I think, we're missing Varane, we're missing Martinez.
It's alright, we got Harry Maguire.
We're missing so many, these players are all key.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially in these sorts of games where you've got to be a bit more precise.
Come on, Reds.
Impactful with
Cutting edge, come on.
The ball. You've got to have real quality on the ball to make it count.
Yeah.
Leverkusen 2-0 up now against Union Saint Gilloise. Oh, that's too easy, isn't it? Come on then, Sancho, get back. Come on. Little trademark outside of the foot.
Go down the left-hand side there. See his man now, unmarked. He flat to deceive, didn't he? Lamella. Famous last words there before he fucking tells us a new one. But
yeah, it was either unplayable or not worth playing.
Yeah. Was it Barca he was at where he was amazing? Was a youngster.
I think he might have been at Barca.
Wasn't he like the golden boy of Barcelona for a while, like being lauded as the next big thing? Or am I getting that completely wrong?
Oh, come on, Martial, for God's sake. He's got a red shirt.
Roma.
He started off at Roma.
We started off at River Plate.
River Plate, Roma, sorry, not Barca.
Oh, good defending.
It's easy though, isn't it?
A bit more cutting edge. It could have been better there.
Yeah.
I'm not even angry. I'm just... Well, it's just disjointed.
United out of position here. Free
Done.
shot in goal. Is that his hand? Might be a handball by Lindelof there.
I didn't think it was, but I didn't see it that clearly. I saw it briefly over this camera.
Yeah, I love the Arsene Wenger reference. Jay, love it. Love it.
I didn't see it. But if you're watching that City game last night, if it hits your hand at all in the box, it's a penalty now.
Yeah.
Like that one, that penalty that Bayern got, obviously I wanted them to get a penalty and score goals and win the game. Unavoidable contact with his arm.
Oh, what you doing? Are you for real?
Acuna on the left, plays it across. Chance here. Campos, 2-0.
Oh, finish.
That'll be it now, won't it?
Why did
Who played that pass?
We're going to win?
Casemiro gave it away. Yeah, a Campos with a nice finish. Just inevitable, innit? Yeah, just a poor ball from Casemiro. And then after that, no.
Nah,
Offside?
I think is it Lindelof playing him on?
Looks like Lindelof might have. We'll see. It looks close.
Hey, that's offside.
There's a chance Acuna's offside here, but we'll see. We'd be fucking very lucky if it is.
This is gonna.
Let's have a look.
He's offside. Offside.
They're checking it.
Shoulder line. Oh, walk away, Maguire. What influence are you gonna have, you tosser? Offside.
It looked close, didn't it?
They look like I thought Lindelof was playing him on, but if they're checking it, it's obviously close.
McManaman saying it looks offside.
Offside.
McManaman says he thinks it looks offside. I don't know if he's got another angle that we haven't, or if he's just saying it based on what we've seen.
We'll show the review.
I mean, also,
show the angle then.
The offside ones only take a few seconds, don't they? Why is it taking this long? Is he offside or not?
No, they need so many angles, don't they? Come on, draw the line. It's offside.
I think it's offside.
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 Oh, you
don't do that if it's a goal.
Sod.
Wow, back to 1-0. Fucking hell, we just need half time here, don't we?
Yeah.
We're just desperate for half time because
kick
we
up the
look
fucking
look
ass.
shocking, and that is so close.
See,
when
I
it
thought
comes
that-
down,
That's borderline,
you know what?
that.
In the spirit of the rule of why offside exists, that is not offside, is
No, it's not really.
it? Your bicep is slightly further forward than Lindelof's bicep.
Mate, that.
Fucking hell. It's not
He's run it.
foul.
Oh,
Nah.
I'm asking.
Come on, Reds. Fuck, get into
It is.
it.
Why are they sprinting and we're jogging? It's been the same all fucking game.
Come on, you gobshites.
Good touch, Anthony. Go on, keep it. Well done. Well done, lad. Brilliant. 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 Martial's got...
Ah!
That was fantastic by Anthony, that. Ooh.
No. Oh, hey, oh. Oh, just keep him out.
Something
We need
there.
half time. To him.
Watch the man on the right.
To him. Shut him down. Shut him
Come
down.
on, Dallo. Oh, Christ.
This is not gonna.
Like, he's just... Well done, Anthony. Hey, oh. Right, so what happens here?
No, he just gets the ball.
Yeah, he gets the
He
ball.
won the ball, fair and
Clearly
square.
gets the ball.
Yeah. Good tackle, really, innit?
Ref was right on top of it.
Yeah.
I've never seen Manchester United so open this season. Is that a joke? What are you on about? We've been battered about 5 times.
The 6-3 was worse than this.
The 4-0.
7-0.
Yeah. I've never seen United so open. They never concede goals away from home.
3-1 at Villa Park, man. It was Christmas, giving them out for fun.
This feeling that they're like trying harder than United is the thing that's getting me.
Yeah.
Like all of their players, Acuna on the left is typifying it perfectly.
Yeah.
Every time our players are like, right, let's go for 50-50. He sprinted past the 50-50. We're slowing down to like, oh, let's shield it. He's just running past people. It's happened a couple of times with Anthony and Wan-Bissaka, where they're like, oh, let's have a little tussle, and he's no, I'm not having a tussle. I'm just fucking sprinting at the ball.
Yeah.
There he is now. Look, great pass.
Don't foul him.
Yeah, just get to half time, yeah. We had one half chance, haven't we? Look at him, that's not a foul, ref. No! Come on.
This ain't a hairdryer treatment. This is a red up, poker up the arse treatment for United at half time, I'm telling you.
Soft that.
Very soft. It's not a foul, is it really?
Nah, I don't think so.
Anthony's leg goes near him and he chucks himself on the floor. Good area as well. Free kick to Sevilla.
4 minutes into
5
the
yards
time.
back and 5 yards in from the corner flag. Good, you can get a good angle. Let's whip it toward the back post. Put pressure on De Gea. Sure, that's what they'll do. Yep. Oh, well done, Maguire.
Everyone behind the ball now. It's the only way to do it.
Leave that. Hold on. Oh, fucking hell. Didn't realise he was there.
Maybe Rashford. Sancho.
Yeah. Has everyone in the crowd got a Sevilla kit on? Like everyone is wearing white. Is that like is that a thing, or have they asked them to do that for this game?
I don't know.
Sevilla playing
It's
red.
genuinely like 80% of the players of the fans have got white on, haven't they?
Yeah.
And it's not all kits.
No, they're playing white. It's their own shit, isn't
Yeah.
it?
They often have red and white kits. I think they've had stripes in the past and stuff. Come on, fuck off! It's a free kick, dickhead. What are you tackling him for?
How's that allowed?
He's trying to take a free kick and he's fucking Lamella's tackling him. Wan-Bissaka's playing on the left now, which I've never seen that before. That's new, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I think it's because Lindelof's not having a great time. Not Lindelof, sorry. Dallow's not having a great time. Inverted fullbacks, inverted wingers. Oh, just enough on that. Casemiro with a little strike. Oh, fuck me. I thought that was going in.
I did.
Deflected out for a corner, but for a second it looked like it was going near post, didn't it?
Yeah.
Corner to United.
Come on, man. Let's get a stuffy goal.
Yeah,
I'll
just
say that.
just-
Any goal.
Yeah.
Don't care.
What's going on? Come on. Ericsson taking a corner. Maguire. Oh. Go on, get it across.
Get back, get back,
Fuck.
get back, get back!
Good chance for a counter-attack here.
fuck.
Sevilla now.
Get back, get back, get back!
We have got men back here. It's just they're
it
all
out, see
sprinting
it
towards
out.
their own goal.
Oh.
Jesus Christ!
Corner to Sevilla. Anthony sliding at the back post there.
Just put on the fucking jet burners, didn't he?
Yeah. Again, it's just Sancho knocks it. Campos knocks it past.
You know
Sancho.
what? He could've-
He's sprinting and Sancho's jogging.
He does that a few times, Sancho. He needs to
Yeah.
fix up because it's not acceptable.
No.
I know he's not the quickest, but there's no excuse for not sprinting.
Jesus Christ!
This is horrendous. This. We aren't winning this. This is how we've looked so many times in the last 2 or 3 years when we just don't win. We can't keep possession. We've got no way of building chances. We look absolutely open defensively. Yeah, well done. Good defending that.
Did the right thing.
Yeah, another corner to Sevilla. Just waiting for him to score the second.
To it. Oh, come on.
Who's that?
Sancho again.
Fucking hell.
Wet wipe.
You're a fucking footballer. You can't not tackle, not do anything defensively. On the edge of your own 18-yard box as well. Luckily, I might have got something out of it. Come on, who's up with him now? Inside.
Ah, you.
Are you all right?
Half time.
I didn't swear.
Well done, Andy. Half time. Man United 1. Honestly, Sevilla 1. Sorry, Man United 0. Absolute, just balmy, all over the place first half. That wasn't it.
It was the worst traits in so many players. Maguire giving it away. Sancho, we saw it there. One thing I hate is players that shit out.
Yeah.
He just shit out of that then.
Yeah.
He just didn't want to know. Like, just I'm not going for that. And he was closer to the ball than the other kid, and the other kid got there well first because he was just like, and then like you said, when I don't want to dig out Jadon Sancho, it's more than just him, but just before that as well, where the other kids tapped it round him and sprinted, and Sancho was just jogging.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? Get him off for Marcus Rashford, man. If he don't want to know, he don't want to know.
Yeah.
But he should be playing. I said to you before, he's got to, do something now, build on his good performance at the City ground, and it's ironically just some kid wearing his top there. He's just been awful.
Yeah.
Maguire, we've already spoke about.
Yeah. Let's go over that again, because obviously that's the main thing that's happened here. The goal, 8 minutes in, De Gea gets the ball, pass it into Maguire, and as the Sevilla players sort of close around him, doesn't look over his shoulder and see the absolute gaping hole that he could have turned into, doesn't find a pass back to De Gea, doesn't lay it out, doesn't get it clear, even if you want to kick it out for a corner and scream at De Gea and say the pass has got to be quicker, or don't give it to him under pressure, the one thing you can't do, regardless of whose fault it is give it straight to one of the 3 Sevilla players that are around you. It's just horrendous from Maguire, isn't it?
It is horrendous, and like people in the chats you were reading out was saying that De Gea, put him under pressure, and he did. To be fair, it's not a great ball from De Gea, but even so, that doesn't excuse kicking it straight to a Sevilla player. That's not okay, and I think that Maguire has to take responsibility there. Like you say, you just have a little look. You've got space behind you. Just turn. Martinez turns there all day long, and it's so annoying that he's done that, giving away a goal, and then obviously you're up against it. Sevilla just winning every 50-50, they look up for it, winning all the second balls, and Manchester United, we've not got out of second gear, and that's just not acceptable. You're in a quarter-final of the Europa League game, where if you look at the path we've got to the final, you could win this competition. Yeah. It's there for you. And instead, players that should be playing, not for the future, but reminding the manager what they're about.
Yeah.
Jadon Sancho, who the manager's backed, he took him out of the team for a little while, gave him a break. This is your time to shine. Not happening. Just awful for me for that 45 minutes from Jadon Sancho. And I like him, but he's just pathetic. Harry Maguire, all the worst traits in Maguire.
Yeah.
Giving the ball away needlessly.
Nervous
when
on
you're
the
the last man as well. Even Casemiro, who's been amazing since he arrived, he gave the ball away for this long
he's not had a great half.
No, which is unlike him. He's done a couple of good things, but that wasn't acceptable. And then you've got this whole swapping the fullbacks around, which sort of, says its own story, really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It just looks a little bit disjointed, a little bit like we're not really up for it.
Yeah.
I feel like there's almost like we've lost this already in our heads, and we need to sort it out.
I think there's a one thing that seems to be shown very clearly is this competition is, and usually is, Sevilla's biggest thing in their season. The biggest thing, then the likelihood of them winning the La Liga in the next 5 years is close to zero, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's so rare that that's going to happen. This is as big as it gets for them. Whereas for United, it's almost like this isn't even our biggest game this week. And you, as a player, as a fan, you can think that, and that crosses through your mind. We've got a game against Brighton. This be but you can't go out there and not try.
No.
Like the amount of times in that first half, their players are just running past our players to get to the ball. The Sancho one's a perfect example, but Acuna was doing the same on the left-hand side for them, or our right-hand side, where he's just getting to the ball first. No. And we're trying to slow it down and pass it and wait for the man to come and then we pass it. But we're waiting for the pressure to come, and they're just twice as fast as us, and they just get the ball off us. They're sprinting when we're jogging. They're shoving us out the way when we're going for a little 50-50. They're going for it. And if their player, Martial, I think it was, who's now gone off, chucking Sabitzer into the fucking seats next to the pitch in the 3rd minute or whatever it wasn't enough of a warning sign for the rest of the squad. I don't know what is. That should have said, oh shit, they're up for this. They're literally barging players into the stands, and we're still going into tackles going, well, I hope they don't really push me because I'm not that bothered about this. It's genuinely, it reminds me so much of games under Solskjaer and games under Rangnick, where it's like you can almost imagine them thinking to themselves, the players, I didn't think they'd be this good. Yeah. Like, they weren't this good at Old Trafford. Like, we've just got this divine right to beat teams that are, below us in their respective table because, we turn up and we've won stuff and they haven't. But they're trying harder than us. And that's what's unacceptable for me. And like I said, Sancho's epitomised it, but we're just casual on the ball. We're slow to the tackle. Everything about us is like, well, if we win, it's all right, and if not, who cares? And that can't be the attitude, can it?
No, it can't be the attitude. I really hope it's not the hairdryer treatment. It's the crazy Dutch bastard treatment for that lot. Yeah. I really do, because it's unacceptable. I mean, look, everyone makes mistakes, but that's reminiscent. It's like nothing's changed.
Yeah.
Mistakes from last season. There's errors there in the team. Last season we didn't have leaders.
No.
Our leaders are KO'd, injured.
Yeah.
And allegedly, I don't have to prove myself, Commander-in-Chief is a complete and utter gobshite. And he's supposed to be the leader. Why isn't he leading? He couldn't lead androids to a picnic. Yeah. Seriously, he's just so disappointed. He's dug himself a trench, lying it.
Yeah, it is hard, and like you said, those players that this season have been overrun was there last season, but he was injured a lot and everything was so disjointed. But Martinez, Varane, Bruno, and Casemiro for me and Rashford are the main kind of on the pitch, do it by example players, and only one of them is playing. And he's not having a great game. Yeah. And in the past, or in other games, you'd have Bruno, you'd have Martinez, you'd have Varane, you'd have Rashford to kind of pull Casemiro when he's not playing his best. But at the minute, like you said, the players you look at, the captain in Maguire isn't that. None of the back four really, none of the back five really. Despite how long De Gea's been at the club, you don't look at him as someone that's going to settle things down.
I'm not going to go in on Martial because he's not had a supply, but Sancho, man, he's just playing it safe again.
Yeah.
It's safe Sancho.
Yeah. I think
Come on, kid. Look, if you don't up your game, you're not going to have a career at United. That's the main thing.
I think if Rashford is remotely fit, I would bring him on. However many minutes Rashford has got in his legs or his groin or whatever the problem is, bring him on with that many minutes to go. Like, bring him, you know what I mean? He needs to play exactly as many minutes as he's got in the tank.
Oh, if you've got half an hour in him, here. 25 minutes, then just bring him on. Just go for it. And we've just seen him.
If he looks over his shoulder, there's a picture here. I mean, if it's Steve tweeted it, obviously.
Live by the sword, die by the sword.
If you look at this picture,
sorry, what are you saying?
I mean, it's not the best way of showing it, but there you go. See Maguire in the middle there. He's got 3 men circling, which is fair enough. Look at this space here. Look at all this space he can turn into. If he lets the ball go across his body there, he can turn and create an attack. Like, there's so much space behind him for him to turn into there. And that's the thing. If you're not looking over his shoulder, if you're not checking what's behind you.
Liverpool, when he was done on the turn, he was turned. He didn't turn.
Yeah.
And Liverpool scored after 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Didn't they? So, and he's screaming. A leopard never changes its spots, people. It doesn't.
Yeah, it's a tough goal, that. I mean, obviously they had the second goal as well, which was, absolutely barely disallowed. But if we're trying to remain slightly positive before we go into the second half, Jay, could be the thing that saved United in this tie, couldn't it, not going up to 2-0? Because to me, I think we're going to struggle anyway. But if it's 2-0, I think that's the tie over.
Yeah, I said the next goal's got to be United's, otherwise it's over. And I thought that was it. I didn't think it at first was offside. Obviously it was. But listen, there's a goal in it. You've got Marcus Rashford on the bench. He's always got a goal in him. It's not done. And they shouldn't be going into this second half thinking it's done. They should be going into it thinking we need to pull our socks up.
Look in the distance. Look who's getting ready to come on.
Let's get back into this game because we've got the players to do it. How many of these? I know we say this every week, but how many of these Sevilla players actually? Yeah, there's
there you go.
Coming on.
Luke Shaw as well. Both coming on. Shaw and
Luke Shaw.
Luke.
That's not.
No, there was two players there. There was another player there, number 23, coming on. There's two players.
Well, that's Luke Shaw then, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So, a quick glimpse of Luke Shaw and Rashford there. They're both coming on.
Rashford and Shaw coming on, warming up at half time.
So who's coming off? Harry Maguire?
Maybe. I don't know.
Lindelof?
Maybe a fullback. They're switching the fullbacks around as well, wasn't he? So he's clearly not happy with how the back four's performing. It's whether he thinks Maguire's to blame or Lindelof or Dillo or whoever. To be fair, I don't think any of them have made an amazing case to stay on.
No, they haven't.
Do you know what I mean?
The obvious one was Sancho, wasn't it? Because he's just done nothing.
Oh, well, I think for Rashford that would make sense. Anthony's done a bit.
Yeah.
Barely, but he's done something.
And the fact that Rashford's tailor-made to come on and play on that left-hand side, and he's a goal scorer, and he's quick as well.
Has he got two in him, though?
So you can... What do you mean?
Has he got in him to score 2 goals?
Well, if he just helps us score goals, he doesn't, he doesn't necessarily have to score them both himself. But with Jadon Sancho, you just weren't getting anything in that half at all. And I don't want to dig the kid out, but come on now. It's just, these are the sort of games where you should be up for Manchester United. Yeah. Quarterfinals of cups. It's all right doing it against Forest.
You don't want to go in on him, but you're just like, you're just scratching your head like, I'll just rather walk away and criticise you. You know what I mean?
What do we need to do in the second half to turn this around? Because
up the tempo.
Relying on luck
mistakes.
isn't going to do it, is it?
No.
Something has to change in, not just personnel, but we can't get the ball to the front three. So putting Rashford on is hardly going to change that. What do we need to do differently, Jay?
I think for starters, it was sort of highlighted there in the clips he was showing. A little bit more composure in midfield. He sort of, I don't know if it's switching off a little bit or lack of sort of vision or whatever, but you're playing sloppy passes, and you've seen it with like Casemiro, who's one of the best midfielders, in the world, giving away the ball. Martial dropping deep, giving it away. Eriksen's been a lot better. I think you just need that little bit of sort of cutting edge in midfield. Just keep hold of it a bit more. Yeah. The trouble is you're keeping hold of it in defence for far too long, going into midfield and giving it away far too quickly. It's the worst of both worlds. Just put your foot on the ball.
I see Vegas coming on as well.
I hope not. Put a little bit of composure in the ball and just try and work something. Do you know what I mean? You can, at least with Rashford on as well, you've got some real pace there. So he can carry the ball. Because Anthony's been getting down the right-hand side. He's got pace.
Yeah.
But he's been getting down that right-hand side, right? And if Rashford was on the left, he'd be looking up and Rashford would be there.
Yeah.
He's looking up and no one's there. Because Martial's dropping too deep.
Yeah.
Sancho's not got the pace. And Bruno's another one who'd be coming in, but he's not there.
Yeah.
So at least with Rashford, if you are getting down there, you've got some quickness. Because we need to show a little bit more than what we're showing, especially down the wings, in the middle, everywhere. Yeah. Just second best all over the pitch.
Yeah, I think that's a good point about going out wide and having some pace, because you almost want to see Martial on the last man a bit more. Too many times, and I understand it, because when the game is being bounced around midfield all the time, a striker's instinct is to come short to receive the ball.
You saw that pass that he gave away before.
Yeah.
I think they showed it where he fell short. He was in the centre circle almost.
Yeah.
What's he doing there?
Yeah.
Why is he there?
I don't know. But if we want to stretch the game, if we want them to feel pressure, we need to be playing it in behind. Like, how many times have United looked like we're shitting it because we've got 4 defenders sprinting back to their own goal? You don't even need a man advantage. Just having that looking the wrong way feeling as a centre-back and a defender is horrible. And we've not made them feel like that at all, except a couple of times where Anthony's done all right. And that was basically the only chance we've had where he crosses it to Casemiro, came from turning the defence around for once. They're too easy.
It's like he was on the attack just a minute before half-time. Harry Maguire loses it. And they just bomb up the other end, and if it wasn't for Anthony, it's like it would have been 2-0.
Yeah,
game done.
Jed's Dead Baby with the super chat says, lads, you're forgetting something really important here. You need to remember that Maguire has got nothing to prove. That's a good point. Rune,
that's cold, son.
Rune
that is cold. Stone cold Steve Austin.
Poor Vic today. Done well, actually, but always clearing up after Harry. Rash and Pellistri must come on now. I think we may be seeing Luke Shaw soon, but we'll see. Abhinav Kanagat, who's been around for 23 months, thank you very much, says, just hope we come back in that mode where we kick ass in the second half like we did early in the season. The midfield's not done much at all. Yeah, I'd like to see them try and hold. Like, we need to try and hold possession a bit more because
that's exactly what I was getting.
The game's just so pinball-y at the minute, and it's pinball with one team trying harder than the other, and that team's going to win, isn't it? George Hall says it all about our squad when no one cares if any of this back four are still here next season. The drop off from first choice to backup.
I don't think it's about caring. It's not. It's just they haven't got the skill in them.
I don't think it's just skill though. Like a 50-50 is not skill. Not going in for a 50-50 has got absolutely nothing to do with skill. Me and you could go in for a 50-50. Do you know what I mean? That's just shitting out.
Yeah.
And that, for me, is unacceptable. I get your point about skill. If someone's not good enough, they're not good enough. I used to have this argument with Steve about Ashley Young all the time. He used to say it was his own fault. So you don't even think he's good enough, he's not good enough.
Yeah.
But when it's just the effort isn't there as well, coupled with perhaps some who aren't at levels you need to be. Like these players here, who are playing for Manchester United, most of them are better than the counterpart for Sevilla. Do you know what I mean? You've got almost like a semi-retirement home for some of these players.
Oh, let's look. It's
just not good enough.
They are fighting relegation. They're trying to stay up in La Liga, and it's like last season they finished fourth. So there's a hell of a drop off.
I think it's Wan-Bissaka
no disrespect.
and Sancho that's come off. If we get a bit of volume, please.
Yeah.
Wan-Bissaka and Sancho have come off for Shaw and Rashford. So yeah, I think it's Dalot back on the right hand side.
That makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because like,
I mean, like say Sevilla have got some about this competition, haven't
I know Dalot and Wan-Bissaka, it's like paper in margins, but I don't think it was really happening for Wan-Bissaka, and it kind of makes sense, I suppose.
Yeah, there's a couple of times, wasn't there, where if you give him a one-on-one, obviously amazing, but sometimes when there's like 4 or 5 opposition players around him, his positional awareness. There was a point where he was literally going like not sure where to stand in the first half, wasn't there? Looks a little bit lost sometimes. We've got straight second half started straight out for a corner for Sevilla, which would be, I don't know, it feels like this is the sort of thing they'll score for a minute. Start the second half, and they should have, and they have.
It's gone in.
How has that gone in?
Oh my God, after everything we've just said as well.
There you go.
I thought that had gone over. I thought De Gea had it covered.
2-0, exactly what we thought. Fucking hell.
Everything that was said and told to him, he just switched off again.
Yeah.
Absolute clowns.
Free header on the 6-yard line there.
Banter FC.
Is that De Gea? What happened there? Did it bounce off the crossbar and hit De Gea or something?
Oh, that's awful. Awful, man.
The fuck is that? De Gea just lets it in. What the fuck? It hits the guy's shoulder. It's looping. It's in the air for 8. He's got loads of time. Surely he's got enough time to get to that.
It doesn't even look like he proper jumps.
No.
It doesn't look like he's jumping as high as he can. Like, I've got to get there. It's like he just sort of goes, For me, that's a mistake by the goalkeeper.
Oh, definitely.
He's not having a good game, De Gea, whichever way you look at it.
I got, like, you could tell something went wrong because it didn't look like it had gone in. I think Martial looks injured as well now.
Well, of course.
What do you do? Damage limitation? Think about Sunday now?
No.
Or did you just fucking go for it?
No point. Go for it, yeah. Why not? Obviously, don't let it become 6-0 tonight, but you might as well risk 3-0 for the sake of trying to get back into it. They were 2-0 down at Old Trafford against a better team than we are, which is us, last week. But, like, yeah, 2-0, I don't think we'll win, but it's not game over, is it, necessarily?
Nah, you got to at least go for it.
Yeah, of course.
At least have some...
They were 2-0 down last
week.
You
know, a lot of United fans have gone over there as well. A lot of fans here sat here watching it. Just fucking show us something.
Yeah. T_Bop with...
he's done in it, Martial.
Why don't you fuck off, you tosser?
T_Bop.
Fuck off.
Gifted 4 goals. And we have.
Yeah.
Every single goal that they've scored in this tie has been handed to them by Man United.
4 gifts. It's not even Christmas.
Whose man was it as well? How's he getting a free header there?
It's a free shoulder, wasn't it?
Yeah. Why is no one competing
I think he's
with him?
misjudged that, De Gea.
Yeah, he definitely has. He could
doesn't
easily have got
seem
there.
like he really went for
The
it.
fact that it came off his shoulder meant that he completely got the flight of the ball wrong completely. So he doesn't step back the way he needs to. He thinks it's going over the bar. I think he thinks that it's going over the bar because it's come off his head when it's not, because it's not got the power of a header. And then when it doesn't go over the bar, he's nowhere near it because he's not moved early enough. You can't tell me that De Gea doesn't have the time to cover that distance there. The ball's in the air for ages. Look! I know this is slow motion, but the loop on it, and it's come off his shoulder, which has taken all the pace out of it. Come on. No question. Taylor Green has been a member for 8 months. As a former goalkeeper, it looked like one of those weirdly weighted balls that are hard to gauge when it's going to drop, but frustrating. But no offence, Taylor. This is you're playing for one of the best teams in the world. Not that you need to be able to judge that.
Yeah.
That's what you paid for. You need to be able to judge that. I get it was a tricky one, but if you don't get it right, you're out of competitions.
Robbie Savage is saying, maybe I'm being slightly harsh, but there was no power. That's my issue. It was a bit of a looping one, but you'd expect there to get there. And I don't feel like he jumped as high as he didn't seem like he was straining to jump.
No, he didn't dive for it.
No.
And also, it doesn't go in the corner. It goes in. It's like 2 yards into the goal.
Oh, again. I mean,
This is likely to be 3 before it's 2-1, isn't it? I don't mind that because it's bouncing straight in front of him, but it makes a bit of a meal of that as well, doesn't he? Fun nights these, aren't they? Fucking hell. Stressful like in football, isn't it? We have been McManaman there. United have been so bad.
Savage.
We've been
Savage.
sorry,
yeah,
Savage.
he's right. He's right.
Awful.
We've been awful.
Yeah.
Not even had a shot.
No. Another corner, another free header, and another goal. Well, no, it's not. Is it?
Got a set of boneheads in defence.
What is going on here?
A set of boneheads. Seriously.
How can this be happening? Every single time they put the ball in the box, they win it. It's been horrendous.
He signed his death warrant, De Gea. He's on his way out in the summer. No way. Privately, you're finished.
Who's that? Maguire. And then
that's Luke Shaw.
Who is it on the line? Genuine carnage there.
Car crash TV.
It's this bit here. It's Luke Shaw, isn't it? Luke Shaw chests it down to the Campos 2 yards out.
How about a bit of fight, United, for the fans who've paid a lot of money to go over there?
I think it's just a lack of quality. I honestly think we can't get the ball out of the bag. And that's why Luke Shaw's been brought on. Because no one else can play the ball.
It's better from Ericsson.
Yeah, it was good.
Getting it out of there, man.
See, in these areas, this is where we've got to do a bit better now because we struggled to get it to this point before.
That's a ball, that.
That's what Luke Shaw's good at. He's an outlet and his touch is phenomenal.
Go on, Marcus.
Rashford cutting inside. Shaw's on here. Pulls it back. It's okay. Better though. That's as dangerous as we've looked all night, that.
Yeah.
A bit of pace from Rashford. Luke Shaw with a good touch and a bit of movement off the ball. And we actually look like we could create something. What a surprise. Do the obvious right things well and you can look alright. Martial's going to come off in a second. Who's on the bench? We've got Vegos.
Vegos, yeah, I think it's the younger one.
He can't be injured this much.
He's finished. He's finished. Don't talk about. I won't waste my breath on him.
It's sad, innit? But I mean,
no, I'm not interested. I'm not interested anymore.
It is sad though, you're right. Because when he came from Monaco, he had such high hopes. In that first season, he did well. And then we've seen glimpses, the 24 3-goal season and all that. Pre-season, he was doing well, and then it's just been almost completely useless this entire season.
It's been the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, it's just. And now Vegos wants to get his name in folklore. Just scored a hat trick now, so.
Yeah, there you go. Tess Rashford's growing here with a nice fucking sprint back. Yeah. It's yeah, the
I mean, a
Martial
goal
situation
changes
is
everything. If we get one in the next 5-10 minutes, it's like...
Yeah. I mean, if we get one in the next 20 minutes, to be honest, do you know what I mean? If it's 75 minutes, we get a goal, we're right back in it. It's not over, but we...
Or have go down fighting and not doing anything.
The problem isn't that
Well done, Luke
2
Shaw.
goals is too
Well
many,
done
it's
now,
that
lad.
we're not going to score 2.
Kept going.
Come on, Reds. Oh, play it safe. To me, to you. Down to the back. Patient build-up.
Shaw's been all right since he's come on, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has.
Except where he, controlled the ball.
I think he's
on
woke
the
up. That rattled him.
2 yards out.
I think it's rattled him now.
Yeah.
Marcus skinning.
Who else is on the bench?
Not
much.
We'll see it in a second. Palistri, I think. Fred. I don't like Fred when you're chasing a game, though.
Palestri's an option.
Yeah. Anthony's not touched the ball second half, has he? Go on, then.
My
Here's
dad will
Anthony.
not be enjoying this.
Cutting inside, Anthony. That's no good. Giving it straight to a Campos there. Go on then. Good pressing, Marcus. Well done. Fucking hell, someone can actually sprint. It's possible. And then we just give it away straight away. And that'll be a booking for Casemiro, won't it?
No, not. Oh, you're joking me.
Is he suspended for the next game?
Probably.
Does he
We won't
touch
have to worry about it till next season, though.
He don't even touch him. Does he? We've won the ball back anyway. We don't get to see the game because BT Sport spend half the time showing replays of things instead of showing the live match.
Yeah, for your
Casemiro will
subscription,
miss
you get
the
more
next game.
replays than live action.
Yeah. Casemiro will miss the next match, which is probably going to be... Was that count as in the
Champions League?
Champions League next season? Yeah. There we go. Forcing a few errors. Good running by Vegas. Rashford. It's a poor ball in the end.
Bit of a blurred ball.
Yeah. Good though from Vegas, making himself a nuisance, and it's just over.
No,
oh no, actually, you know what?
from Marcus, I
It's
think.
not a bad ball. Yeah, pardon me. Good pass.
Doing the Poznan.
Jumping up and down. Yeah, they just wear white tops, don't they? It's not all Sevilla kits. Come on then. Well done, Luke. United just looking, I mean, we'll probably concede now, but slightly more organised.
Yeah.
Slightly like we're doing something on. See, that's a fucking pass.
Oh.
Go on, fuck it up, Vegost.
Oh, he didn't put enough on it.
What's going on there? Go on, win that.
Someone's down.
Campos is so annoying.
I know.
Does my fucking head in. Just constantly asking for fouls and free kicks and complaining. Well done. Good pass.
Right, go on, lad. On your toes.
Counter attack here. Rashford's on one side. Anthony on the ball on the right. Rashford's
Ball.
got it. 20 yards out. Cuts inside. Oh, unlucky. Immediately more dangerous though now Rashford's on, aren't we?
Yeah.
That's a great scoop from Anthony. Vegas has got it. Well done, lad. Get it in. Unlucky. Well done, Harry. Keep it. Bit better this.
Yeah. Better spell.
Yeah. Thought it was the ref blowing the whistle then. That's shocking that from Ericsson. Throw into United. United just maintaining a little bit of pressure. What's Anthony been booked for?
Well, it kicked out, I think.
Yeah. It's them two again, innit, from last week. Oh, he's lucky there, you know. Could easily be a red, that, couldn't it? Not because it's...
Oh, West Ham are winning.
Yeah. Leverkusen battering Union St. Gilloise and Frimpong with a goal, United target. Probably putting that one to bed. Why couldn't we get fucking Union St. Gilloise? Do you know what I mean? Why are we getting every single team in the tournament from the most difficult European nation to play against in competitions?
The draw's the draw, innit? If you're corrupt and you still draw Barcelona, it's what it is, innit? You play with your balls and you hold on to the ball comes out, it's Barcelona.
Shouldn't have even had that game, should we?
No.
After the Sociedad had red penalty. It was a joke.
Go on, win that, man. Yeah, well done. Right, come on. That's not good enough. Maybe it is. Yes, Marcus. Well done.
I want to get through just so Casemiro can have another game he's suspended for.
Yeah,
that's got to be a record for one season without getting a massive suspension.
Yeah, unless your games. Unless your name is Sergio Ramos, that's a world record.
Right, 9 games, and he didn't even start the first 4. It's like, how's he done that?
He's missed half a season, hasn't he?
Yeah, like, and I won't mind. He's not even dirty. He's not like a horrible dirty player. Oh,
scored again.
Rice,
West Ham.
That's another 20 million on his price tag.
Go
on, Marcus. Do him.
Good cross. No, it's not. Thought it was. Because it cleared the first man, I thought it was good. That's my standard at this point.
Yeah, just clear the first man. Just, I don't know, just get it over somewhere.
Oof.
Good tackle.
Slide tackle by 3 players at once there, Anthony.
For a team
well done.
That's fighting relegation, they sure want it more.
Yeah. Last 5-10 minutes have been better though from United. Definitely our best spell of the game, this.
100%.
Not made a chance out of it yet, but much more possession, much more control. Casemiro's had a shot. Good save. Comfortable save, really, but it's a shot on target at least.
A little bit.
And again there, Rashford, putting their player under pressure, has forced a mistake there, and we've got possession back. Oh no, we haven't got possession back, but
3-1 Leverkusen.
Is not allowing them to counter-attack because he's actually pressing them. I'd have saved that. Fucking hell.
He could have just gone like that, couldn't he? He could have just gone.
Yeah.
What he wanted to Joe Hart.
Yeah, he did. Pure Joe Hart vibes on the goalie there.
Who's the other one that does? The Ramsdale loves a bit of that, doesn't he?
Dive first, work out if I needed to dive later.
Bit like a FIFA keeper.
Yeah. Ramsdale loves doing stuff like that.
Like, they'll dive and save it here.
Yeah.
And you're like, you know, if you'd have just, like,
I remember
there,
that one when
it
was going like, and all the ass was like, he's not human.
Yeah.
And the ball was like here.
Yeah.
And he literally like stuck, like steps away from it.
Somehow became horizontal in order to dive. Is that our ball or their ball? Theirs. Fucking hell, goals going on all over the place. Roma have scored against Feyenoord, 1-1 on aggregate. Spinazzola with a goal.
That's half a dozen of one. What is it?
6 of the other.
6 of the other.
Yeah.
Spinazzola.
Like, there was nothing in that. Weghorst and Rakitic going together there. Both at each other.
Yeah.
And he's just decided to give a free kick to them.
No. Time.
Man on.
Time. Well done. Yeah, definitely United's best spell this. But again, same with Bayern yesterday. I know it's not the same opposition, but we've got to get a goal, yeah. It's all well and good holding possession and looking a bit more dangerous, but if you don't score, doesn't matter.
I'll check my phone. I'm not interested in the game. Can you blame him?
Playing Candy Crush.
I outsold that for 6 weeks running when it was my app. I outsold Candy Crush for 6 weeks.
That's good, that. That's a start.
Chew on that apple.
Aye.
Chew on them apples.
Aye.
Nice. Oh, a bit more and it's through there. Here we go. Bit of a chance here. Weghorst. Take a bit longer next time.
I know.
Do you know when
You've got the concepts of men closing you down. Right, he's giving them sort of free kicks all day long.
He's gone down as well,
What's he doing?
following
Throwing
him.
himself.
Oh, look at everyone rolling over. Isn't it nice?
And it's free in the bed and
Like the
little ones
fucking-
say roll over. Fucking hell, man.
Like the wood lice from Bug's Life. Just pop into a little shell and...
Oh.
Well done, here.
Fuck off.
Corner to Sevilla. That'll be 3-0.
Loop-de-loop.
Every corner they've had, they've won the header clean. Like no one even really contesting it. So I'll take a contested header here. Step in the right direction. Yeah, corner coming up for Sevilla. They've won the header again, of course, because we let them do that. But this time, luckily, it was quite a tame header.
That is mental, that, isn't
going
it?
on?
Like,
It's
it's
in
like
every
it's
time
a,
as well.
A tactic.
Yeah.
Let them have the header.
Yeah, we'll win the second ball from, our own, from their corner.
5 yards out.
Look at this. Scintillating stuff, isn't it?
I'm so glad we're 4-0
Have you seen that over 50s walking football?
Yeah.
And you'll see it on like a Barclays advert for some reason.
Yeah.
That's what we're watching now, us playing it around the back.
I'll be doing that soon.
Yeah.
I'll be doing over 50s
You're
what
getting
football.
this team.
I'm not the elite like yous lot, you know what I mean?
Mate, I bring that to normal football, mate. That attitude.
Yeah.
That style.
Yeah, you do well. You do well for these
Just
tonight.
patrolling in front of the goal. That's my effort.
Hold on. Every time, oh God.
There you go. You get off on your toes. That's it, Shaw. Make him work for it.
Yeah.
Hey.
He's had it easy tonight, Lindelof. It's up to Luke Shaw to really test him with his passes to him. Go on then. That's wank, innit? Hold on.
Yeah, come on, Luke. Let's not start doing all
I know. What was his injury, Luke Shaw? Do we know?
that. Sure.
He got injured for England, didn't he, or something?
I don't remember.
I
Was it
remember.
one against Liverpool?
He got injured playing for England, and he stayed with England and didn't come back. It was on the England duty.
So go with a little pass. Go on, don't let him shield it out. Fucking hell.
Oh, lucky there.
You ever took a bog roll to a football match?
No.
Throwing it on the pitch and that?
Remember when it was the Scousers attacked the City team bus with like cartons of Ribena and bog roll, and it was all that like
Just stuff from a packed lunch.
yeah,
from
and there was
someone
all
who's
this
got
outrage
diarrhea.
and everything. And I'm the last person that's going to stick up for Liverpool fans, but it's just like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, what is it? What like we're going to intimidate the City players by throwing this, throwing soft drinks at them and tissue paper.
So you're telling me there were Scouse parents raiding the lunch, the kids, what you call it?
Yeah.
Raid packed lunches to
Lobbing
throw lob stuff at the City team
Lobbing
bus.
a flump at a bus.
I mean, come on, even for
And,
Liverpool, that's low.
You know full well, right? The amount of times me and you've gone down Old Trafford with a 4-pack of Andrex and a multi-pack of Ribena.
I'd rather take the puppy. Now, you can get a puppy on the shelf.
Speaking
Let alone a fucking 4-pack of Andrex.
Fred for Sabitzer is not really
Speaking
turned
of
up the
puppies,
second
Fred's
half,
come on.
Hey, nice. He's done an okay for Sabitzer, but he's not done a lot, has he?
No.
So, certainly not this half. So,
Wouldn't it be nice for Weghorst to get a goal now? I'd love that.
bro,
Come on,
we've been saying that for 23 of his 25 games.
Yeah, well, this is the one.
Nah, Weghorst is going to... Jesus Christ. Is this happening a lot?
Time.
Come on. The Premier League can't be that bad that we're third.
You know what? The only comfort.
Come on.
The only
standards
comfort.
haven't dropped that badly.
The only comfort for me is payday tomorrow. It's a sod day's lot.
That's all right then.
Payday.
Ooh, decent little running behind there, Rashford. All right, mate. Just because you jump early, don't mean you've won the ball. He jumped like 2 seconds before the ball went up in the air, let alone came down.
They're not.
He's not even looking. To me, right, I think that should be a booking, that.
Yeah.
He's not even looking at the ball, is he? He just jumps into
him.
Casemiro.
Fred,
Come on,
take
Fred.
the foul,
Sprint
take the
then,
foul.
Sprint. Oh, Campos. That doesn't look great. No, it's not.
I mean, they've just done enough, haven't it? They've not been anything in the second half, apart from for about 2 minutes, haven't they, Sevilla? Oh, there's a sorry sight.
Some ice on his calf, it looks like.
Same injury?
Don't know. I'm not sure.
You won't see him again.
You feared he's gone, don't you?
He's gone.
Can't
But
keep
keep Weghorst? What's the option? Start next season with
by
no
2
strikers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I like Martial, but if he's never playing,
No.
what can you do?
No.
I mean, you guys met him in Australia, and he seems such a nice
Silent.
lad and all that, picking
Yeah.
his fruit, eating his apples and that. But man, just forget it now. Just part ways, man. It's like that.
The thing is,
It's
if you went all out, say you go out and you get, I don't know, let's say for the sake of argument, you know,
Weghorst. So City last season sold their only striker and bought 2 strikers.
that's what I mean. It's not,
That's
you know,
awful for
impossible. Like, if you buy a big money striker, you can maybe get a younger one who's.
Well, they sold 2 strikers and bought the striker.
Yeah.
Yeah, but.
One ref.
that'll
Yeah, well
do.
done.
There you go.
That was a foul, that. You dragged him off the ball and didn't get the ball.
I mean, United could do that. They could get rid of Martial and buy. There's another of these strikers
It's a
out there.
foul.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Osman, Kane.
Yeah, if you
Could be the striker we
you
need.
get like a Kane, and then you go and you get, I don't know, it's for the sake of argument, Evan Ferguson or someone like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like
Under 50 million.
Another, you know, or whoever, or
Yeah.
you know, I'd probably cost more, but someone like an Ivan Toney or someone like that.
Yeah.
I won't be touching him with his.
No, so I know with his, and plus he'd be more than
A
50
cheaper
million.
striker,
A
like
cheaper
a
striker.
backup. Yeah, a
You know
younger
what I mean?
striker.
Even then, if there was
A
nothing.
cheaper moting, something like that.
Even then, with him, you still.
A Leroy Sané.
on
That's who
rate.
you want. Hey, Upper Meccano. That's who you should be going for.
Yeah, swap Maguire for Upper Meccano.
Tell you what, we'll get you need to get them both together.
Fuck's sake, man.
Free kick to United.
Who's taking his Marcus?
Someone. One of the
I thought
one of the
I'd do that.
pixels.
Yeah. Do you reckon? Straight in the ball.
Yeah, we're taking too long with it. We're wasting time that we ain't got.
Fuck's sake.
Corner. Yeah. Decent free kick, that. Is it a corner or not?
Who's got a yellow card now?
They're goalie for time wasting, I think. No, it's not a corner, it's a goal kick. We need to score soon.
At least the fixture.
Luke Shaw, man.
At least there's no fixture congestion.
Yeah. That's one way of looking at it, isn't it? I mean, my car's just been set on fire, but at least it won't be sat in traffic on Friday.
Yeah. Always on the positives, man.
Yeah, I like
That's
that,
the way to
isn't
do it.
Yeah, but putting a little passage together now, Sevilla. They'll probably score theirs. Why do they look so much more dangerous when they try just for sort of 5 seconds? They're like getting in behind and overlapping.
So make a good Phil Collins song, that.
Is that a studio reference?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though.
Go on.
I fancy our chance against Brighton.
Fucking hell, I forgot about that.
Hey?
Hey, you think this was shit? Wait till you see us in the FA Cup when we're the only ones left to stop City winning the treble.
You're going to consider this the golden era of this week by the time you get to Sunday.
Take me back to Thursday.
See what I mean?
Corner to Sevilla. They've won it again. This time he had time to control it in the 18-yard box.
Fucking hell.
Cut another corner.
For the record, we're all Sheffield United fans Saturday, aren't we?
Mate, you may as well be a fucking
Arsenal fan, Sheffield Wednesday fan, Real Madrid fan.
There's more chance of us beating fucking City than Sheffield United. And that ain't happening either.
No.
Sorry to say it.
Corner to Sevilla. Deep. Back post. They won the header. Go on, Fred. Stick your fucking head in.
Oh,
That's the problem with Fred. That's always been the problem with Fred.
Jesus Christ.
He's got no composure or like thought at all. Like there, you're one-on-one there. You're the only man defending. You can't commit yourself like that. Could that have been any easier? No. You don't touch anyone either. Rakitic should shut up. That's so easy, that, innit?
Yeah.
We need to get a goal here. Sure.
It's just mistakes, isn't it? 4 mistakes has cost us the fucking match.
4 mistakes.
Right.
4 mistakes.
You're right. But it's mad, isn't it? 4 mistakes in 2 games. Like 4 terrible mistakes in 2 games. To be fair, actually, their second goal wasn't a mistake. It was just awful luck. The first one, poor from Malacia letting him get over his shoulder. The second one was terrible luck, but we still gave it to him with an own goal. But then this game has just been horrendous mistakes.
Like I say, he's dug himself a trench, lying it.
Dallo.
It is mental though that, you know, when you look at it,
Corner.
yep. Maguire's got an own goal and an assist in less than these 2 games.
Leverkusen, pissing it.
Like,
Yeah.
you feel like he's just done.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I mean, he was anyway, though, wasn't he?
But like,
he was out
in
anyway.
my
Whatever happens between now and
I hoped
he's done.
I hoped that he'd perform for the last end, back end of the season. I thought we'd see something from him. It's just been the opposite, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's just been terrible.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like you say, the one at Old Trafford's not his fault,
but still,
this game, it's been rubbish.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I bet his social media team's trying to find something to get out of this one, isn't it?
Like you said, Andy, just don't say anything. Between now and the end of the season,
don't say anything.
Just
keep your mouth shut and just concentrate on your game. You've dug your grave, lie in it, and you get all the criticism you deserve tonight. I've got no sympathy for him. No sympathy. Because your best pals with Gareth Gobshite Southgate.
Well done, Lindelof. Don't let it go out after you've done well.
That was gone. That went out.
What do you mean?
Well done.
Jesus Christ. How the fuck have we ended up giving it him back there?
Because Fred can't pass. Yeah, and balls it about 4 times as well. And
May as well just grab it.
let it go out. Well, luckily, they didn't give it.
Is it fancy dressing the fucking stance tonight? What have they come out?
Oh, that's not a foul.
How is that? Please tell me that's not a free kick to them.
Yeah, it's a booking for Luke Shaw, that. Is it not?
Oh, my leg!
Oh,
my
no.
leg! I got cramp. Your head's hurting now.
Doesn't Luke Shaw kick at him? Yeah, he does, to be fair. Should be a booking for sure, but I think there was a foul before that.
Luke Shaw's proper limping, isn't
he? Yeah, he is.
It's our fucking season falling apart with injuries. Fucking hell.
Yeah, Shaw doesn't look right, does he? Come on, Anthony, do something. Casemiro, decent. Too much of that in there, just not quite. Yeah, sure looks fucked.
I really am worried for Sunday now.
Jesus Christ, that's woeful. Got to be doing better there, Casemiro.
Yeah.
Right. It's not a cross, it's not a shot, it's just nothing.
Yeah.
Play invisibility.
Lamella's the first person in the world to experience cramp. Can't walk.
Try at 3 o'clock in the morning when you're asleep. It wakes you up.
And then sort of an AI generation of the Beatles is coming on for Sevilla.
That is like all the Beatles put together.
Chat GPT is bringing on the Beatles for Sevilla.
Do you know what I mean?
Who is it? What's his name? Brian Gill. Brian Gill is one of the most American names I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Brian Gill's Autos. Chevrolet at a discount price.
His mum and dad meet at a Beatles concert.
He genuinely looks like George Harrison and Paul McCartney put together. And
Ringo
Ringo,
Starr.
actually.
There's definitely a bit of Ringo in there.
Yeah, definitely Ringo in there.
Hey.
All of the Beatles have just come on for Sevilla, which is unfair because there's 4 of them. Come on. A goal in the next 5 minutes and we've got half a chance. Do you think Luke Shaw's redone his injury, or do you think he was just still only at the limping phase of fitness?
He seemed alright at first, didn't he?
Yeah. That was shocking pass from Lindelof, that.
That's the worst thing you should have done.
There you go. That's tie over
I
there.
genuinely think this is David Dea's worst game for us.
It's not.
Oh, you're right.
It's bad. I mean, it's cost us the tie, but it's not his worst ever game.
No, you've got a point there.
There we go.
He's had a hand in all the goals, though, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah. Horrendous. Horrendous.
That, there was nothing even on. He did the only thing he could have done to give him a goal. I lost for words. Oh, every cloud. Robbie Savage is lost for words.
That is mental, that.
He was saying during his press conference, David De Gea is a complete goalkeeper.
He's a complete something. He's a complete something, but it's not a goalkeeper.
The way at least handball it. At least handball it.
What?
You fucking pleb.
The thing is, what is he doing there? Because he doesn't even go with the inside of his foot. He's not trying to pass it. He goes. What is he trying to do? He's not trying to control it. He's not trying to pass it. What is he trying to do?
Do you know what?
I love how you're laughing. It is genuinely quite amusing, this, isn't it? This is insane.
I'm glad we can laugh at this because I
what
can
else
laugh
can
at
you
it.
do there?
A wise man once told me, you got to laugh.
You got to laugh. You got to laugh. If you don't laugh, hatred will consume you.
I think that was. That was something else. That was something else, wasn't it?
What was he trying, do you think?
I don't know. It wasn't like it wasn't like he was trying to kick it. It wasn't like it was like he went for a. He was in two minds whether to kick it or control it. So did neither.
You know what? That's convinced me. I'm booking an holiday to Spain tomorrow, Portugal. I was looking at today. My mind's made up. Sod this lot. I'm going to enjoy my summer.
Yeah, ridiculous. I mean, mental. Genuinely mental. Rashford trying something, but it wouldn't matter now anyway, would it?
It Brighton a favourite Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Brighton a fucking favourite Sunday. 83 Cup final revisited. You can forget it. I'm going to have PTSD.
Shaw's done that 4 times now. What is he doing?
Yeah.
No nostalgia, memory road for me Sunday. Fucking hell.
Genuinely, like, couldn't be more our fault. This could it? It couldn't be more self-inflicted if we tried this.
I'm more like
all three goals
I'm more accepting of
David
defeats
De Gea.
like this, where you just a fucking million miles away from where you should have been, than if he'd been a stuffy 1 goal lead to them or whatever.
Yeah,
we've just been the architects of our own downfall. We've just some
Look
absolutely abysmal football. And Christian Eriksen getting himself in a pickle.
Christian Eriksen and Fred both just sticking toes at it and doing fuck all.
All 3 goals, David De Gea has contributed to it.
Yeah, it's been a like you said, Jay. It's been a contender for worst game of De Gea's career. This, hasn't it?
I think it's 100%. What the fuck is he doing? What are you doing, son? I don't even know what he's doing. What's he trying to do? And then he tries to save it without balling it, which just looks ridiculous. It looks like a seal. Like, come on, man. I love David De Gea, but that is shocking. That's so bad. Like
that wish list: new goalkeeper, getting; new striker, getting; new captain, getting.
I can't believe that there's someone who's had a worse game this week than Deo Upamecano. But David De Gea has.
Hey Glazers, and you want to stay with this? You want to stay, Glazers?
Know, yeah.
Take the hint. Fuck off.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think
it will burn.
I don't see the value of United doubling in 10 years.
It will fucking burn.
Jesus.
You thought this was bad. You wait till the 30th against Villa. Jesus Christ.
Right. Not Nathan McGibney.
Sorry for laughing. I know people are angry, but
yeah,
I just
a lot of people. I genuinely think
you're right,
a lot of people.
If you don't laugh, you'll cry.
I think a lot of people are seeing the sort of almost humorous side of this. At this point.
I've just never seen anything like it. Like, what is going on? And how the fucking hell are we in a quarter-final, a semi-final, won a trophy and 3rd in the league?
This is the first time we've been knocked out of a trophy all season. How is that possible when we're capable of this? It's like those 2 goals at Old Trafford, like completely rocked us, didn't they?
Yeah.
Those five
Do you know what it is
fuck-ups.
as well? Do you know what it is as well? It's that when you look back at that, it isn't the goals. It's the losing the Martinez thing is massive.
Yeah.
Because that's your first goal straight away. Plus, just the confidence he gives you and the ability to bring it out of the back.
What's the point of bringing on Elanga? No offense, kid, but what's the? No.
Ericsson's probably not got 90 minutes in him.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I know what you mean though. In terms of Elanga, it's not helping him. But
I was worried. I was worried for the second half. It's fair enough.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I wouldn't walk over to them United fans if they were them players, man. I would not.
Just to sum it up, Martial's injured. Right. Luke Shaw looks like he might be either aggravated an injury or still injured. Yeah. De Gea's had the worst game of his career.
Maguire
is suspended for the Brighton game, luckily for United. And we don't know whether Ericsson's hurt there.
Oh, now they do the Poznan. Fucking hell.
Pretty good day that so far, isn't it?
Mate, that is absolutely shocking.
Unbelievable. Stuart Marston says, night, going to bed, night.
Night, mate.
Night, Stu.
Yeah.
I've got night shift.
See you in the morning. Graham Grogan, the quad is over. Not yet. If we're still in the Premier League, we're still in this game.
Yeah.
So we've still got
another 4 minutes.
We've got another 4 minutes to score 3 goals.
Oh, I'm going to listen to me Tupac and Biggie tunes tonight in work. Sod it.
Great. Bad day.
Because you had a bad day.
Yeah.
Fucked it up, 5.
It's a battering as well, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Because we've not had a good chance.
Oh, this is like fucking Brentford, this, isn't it? It's Brentford all over this.
Yeah. We've not made a good chance all game. There's not been one chance where we should have scored that. Still going for it, bless him. Come on, can that fucker get a booking yet? Jesus Christ. Oh, it's only... Sorry, it's Tellers. I thought it was Acuna, but he's gone off.
My mate's messaged me and he's a City fan. Fucking great. I'm not opening that yet.
No. Just throw your phone into the canal and go home. That's what I'd recommend.
Not with a 200 quid phone. No.
Right, sorry about that. Rashford.
Oh my days.
He just hit it as hard as he could there, didn't he?
Hey.
Oh dear.
Interesting technique, that one.
If in doubt.
Give it a clout. Yeah, that's when you're defending. Roll ZJ.
Chris Sturges, if I was Ten Hag, I'd make them walk home. Just get there in time for the Spurs game next week.
Probably end up going the wrong fucking way.
Elanga.
Okay.
Decent little strike there. 25 yards out. Not really.
Like our second shot on target.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for Elanga, mate.
Yeah.
He's going in the summer. Nailed on.
Loan.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he'll be long. I think he'll be gone.
Yeah. Cool. Gyro.
De Gea went down just like Louis van Gaal did against Arsenal.
Cool Gyro says, when Rangnick said we need open heart surgery, he wasn't lying, was he? Same back four as when Ollie coached. Embarrassing. Same back five, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it was
This is what happens when you lose your warriors, your commanders, the rest of them haven't a clue how to defend, how to play.
It's a great ball, that.
Unlucky. How close are the advertising boards on this pitch? Like every part of the pitch, there's some like metal or plastic obstacle about 2 foot off the pitch. It's like 5 foot off.
What are you doing there? What is that?
Just a bit of skill.
You got away with that one, and it amazes me. Does anyone know we're 3-0 down? Like, what are you even doing?
Oh, this is probably going to get clipped up in it. We've all been clipped tonight, so yeah.
Don't know.
Especially Harry Maguire.
That's shocking from Anthony, that touch then. They've switched over Rashford and Anthony, haven't they? Oh no! Surprisingly, Ocampos is injured. He's hurt himself a bit there. That's only the 70th time tonight that he's wincing there. Hope he's all right.
I need to go for them.
Yes, just don't.
You're not missing anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll get into some of the chats. Burnside is back. Says De Gea is in danger of taking the heat off a genuinely shocking team performance. I mean, I think certainly Maguire will get a lot of stick. De Gea will get a lot of stick. But the entire back four, I think Lindelof has been okay-ish, but he's put people under pressure a lot. He's given the ball away. He's lost his man a few times. The midfield, Casemiro's maybe his worst game for United so far tonight. I think
would you drop him?
Casemiro? No.
Would you drop De Gea for Sunday?
No, because again the backups are Jack Butland, who is notoriously got a clanger in him himself, and I don't even know if Tom Heaton's fit. Is he? He doesn't seem to be on the bench half the time. So is Tom Heaton on the bench tonight? No, he's not. It's Vitek. So I don't even know the situation with Tom Heaton. So no, I wouldn't drop him, but not because he's worth starting. Yeah, terrible.
I just feel for my mates who've gone over there. Some of them, they've paid a lot of money, man.
Booking for Luke Shaw.
At least you're getting an holiday in Spain.
Yeah, there you go. Roma 2, final 1, 2-2 on aggregate now. Dybala. Concho Keegan says, who let Ralph back in the office? It's felt a bit Ragnick-esque tonight. As George Hall says, lost this tie 5-0 since Maguire came on. Cool Jarrow, we've read that one already about the open heart surgery. Druium says, how can we beat Barca and lose to them? Because crucial players, Martinez, Varane, Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, I know he's come on, but he's half injured and he's not started the game. Crucial players missing. And I don't know whatever's happened.
This is like the Brentford game. Yeah. This is reminiscent of the Brentford game. Stupid, comical errors from so-called elite professional footballers who really this ain't a bad day at the office. We know this is in them because it's happened too many times this season.
Yeah. Michael Charles says, reminds me of the MK Dons game. A couple of careers ended. Ryan Singh, how much impact do you think Bruno would have had on this game, if any? I feel like Messi and Ronaldo couldn't save us. Yeah, I think this would probably actually be one of those games that Bruno gets a lot of stick for, where the whole team looks awful and because he's trying stuff and giving the ball away, he'd end up getting stick for it. I think the problem.
At least we've got him Sunday. That's the main thing.
It would have been better to have him, definitely, but he couldn't have stopped. De Gea and Maguire doing what they've done tonight, could he?
No.
Just
like you
this,
said, Messi and Ronaldo couldn't have stopped that.
It just makes you wonder what's the point of playing Sunday, because, like, you know what I mean? Fucking hell. You play like this, you might as well give Brighton the fucking tie.
Yeah.
Give City the fucking treble.
There you go. Full time. Manchester United 0, Sevilla 3, 5-2 loss on aggregate. Not even bad day at the office. A disastrous day at the office. That wasn't it.
Yeah, no, it was. It was just terrible all over the pitch. There was no positives whatsoever from that game.
No.
Like, it was just absolutely awful. Like, from almost from the kick-off, we were poor, and we just somehow managed to get a little bit worse as the game went on. Had a couple of spells which you'd expect from Manchester United, Shaw and Rashford linking up, but nothing where I'll go, oh yeah, that was great, or that was good.
No.
Then we had 2 shots on target. One was a glorified pass back from Casemiro, and the other one was a 25-yard speculative effort from Anthony Elanga, which the keeper saved comfortably. I mean, the game was lost at Old Trafford, really. We thought we'd go into this with a bit of hope, but when we lost Martinez and those 2 goals...
See how Rashford's walking off, not applauding the fans? Yeah, walk away. Look, they're walking away. Don't even acknowledge the fans. That's how elite gobshite you are, Harry Maguire. Fuck off.
Some of them are going over to the fans.
Some are, but Rashford walks off.
I don't know if they've already.
Maguire walks off.
Anyway, should we do the review?
We'll be back for the review in just a few minutes. Make sure you stick around.
Sorry.
You'll be redirected there. So stay where you are. Come back. We'll talk it out. It's the only way to get through it is to talk it out. Thank you for joining us. Manchester United 0, Sevilla 3. See you in a bit.